Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, how are you?
Good. We're on. We're live.
We are.
Yeah.
Is anybody actually here?
Is anybody here? How many people are here? Let's see. Let's tell Matt.
Oh my God.
What, you're looking?
Yeah, there are
Almost
people
2,000.
here.
See?
There's 2,000 people here?
Yeah.
God, that's so funny.
Of
Hello,
course
everybody.
they are. Hi, everyone.
I'm not already hammered. That's not true.
You're not hammered. Are you hammered at all?
What? No. Although
right,
I have a different strategy this evening.
Oh, what is it? Okay, I'm gonna close out of this because nothing's happening yet, and I'm not gonna freak out like last time where I got freaked out because people thought it was happening and it wasn't. Let's see. What's that? I hear it in the background somewhere. Oh, it's because it's so bad. Oh my God, what do you have? I felt so bad. I thought Matt was really reluctant. Okay. And he comes with like way better drinks than me. I'm a little sick, so I'm going to take a shot of Dayquil.
Yeah, Katie's getting a sort of pretend drink. I'm going to do the actual drink.
No, I have it. I have a kind of healthiest drink. But look, I'm taking a shot before you are, Matt. Bottoms up. Here, you want to take it? Yeah. Ready?
Very nice. Yeah.
All right. You should take a shot with me. Okay. Putting these. So good. All right. So Matt, I'm sick and Matt had some duties to tend to. So we were a little behind on the drinking game, but I actually think I made a really good one.
All right.
And I incorporated some of your rules, right? Mm-hmm. I can do you want me to share it with you visually? Okay. All right. Let's see. Remind me to add
getting
in
all the Big Lebowski references. That's pretty funny.
Okay. Oh wait, I'll have to share them during the. Hold on. Let me just publish this. I'm going to publish it.
As everyone knows, it's required that you stir your Caucasian with your actual finger. You can't use. Yeah. Over the line.
What?
People are quoting the movie. It's pretty funny.
Oh. Okay. Here it is.
Okay.
Here's my link to it, and then I'll. Oh, let me play the thing. Oh my God! I can't believe they said that.
What? I can't hear.
Here now you can, right? Now can you?
President Mike.
Can you hear now?
Yep.
They said the audience is enthusiastic about the candidates, but have agreed to only clap twice. I did not predict that. I did not put that in my drinking game rules. Here, let me do a link now. Oh, I got to share them right now. All right, here they are. And I'm adding 2 more, but okay, here's the Patreon. Here's the rules. I'll tweet them out. Do you want to approve them?
No, go ahead.
All right, tweeted them out.
Thank you for being here.
The first one is
as President Trump and the First Lady continue to undergo treatment in Washington after testing positive for COVID-19. We send our thoughts and prayers to them for their rapid and complete recovery and for the recovery of everyone afflicted by the coronavirus. The 2 campaigns and the Commission on Presidential Debates have agreed to the ground rule for tonight. I'm here to enforce them on behalf of the millions of Americans.
The enforcer.
No one in either campaign or at the commission or anywhere else has been told in advance what topics I'll raise.
Why do you say that? That's weird.
That's to stop the conspiratorial.
Into 9 segments of about 10
9 segments.
Where did you put the rules?
Oh, I put it in there, but I'll email it to you.
Sometimes a different.
Didn't you tweet them?
On the same topic.
Yeah, I just tweeted them out. Yeah.
2 minutes to answer without interruption by me or the other candidate.
I didn't see.
Then we'll take 6 minutes or so to discuss the issue.
1 second.
At that point, although there will always be more to say, we'll move on to the next topic.
Yeah,
we want a debate that is lively.
It's also in the YouTube thing, but here, let me put it here. I should just play it now while they're playing it.
Tumultuous times, but we can and will have a respectful exchange about the big issues facing our nation. Let's begin with the ongoing pandemic that has cost our country so much.
Oh, these are good. Mother is a good one.
Senator Harris,
yeah, it's good, right?
Coronavirus
better than this is a good one.
Over the past week, Johns
There's
Hopkins
no vaccine for
reports that
racism.
39 states have had more COVID cases over the past 7
Did you
days
like the
than
The
in
Jesus
week
one is
before.
going to be dangerous.
9 states have set new records.
also if
Even if a vaccine is released soon, the next administration will face hard choices. What would a Biden administration do in January and February that a Trump administration wouldn't do? Would you impose new lockdowns for businesses and schools and hotspots? A federal mandate to wear masks? You have 2 minutes to respond without interruption.
Thank you, Susan.
do you like the ones at the
Well, the
at the
American
end?
people have witnessed what is the greatest failure of any presidential administration in the history of our country.
Sam Eagle or talcum powder golf.
Yeah.
210,000 dead people.
By the way, do we have our
The last
a
several
third
months.
guest or no?
Yeah,
Over
Thomas is
7
coming
million
actually.
people
Thomas Frank is coming later on.
Who's late to a drinking game?
Closed.
He had another
We're
event.
looking
You know,
at-
Is he
well,
on
Frontline
Midwestern
workers
time or
who have
something?
been
I
or-
mean, Matt,
like
who's late to a
sacrificial
drinking game?
lambs.
We've spoken about a
We are
man who
looking
was
at over 30 million
late
people
to schedule penis
who in the
attachment
last
surgery
Right,
to
of
his
course,
arm.
yeah.
have been filed
Yeah.
for unemployment.
Let me add
And
that.
here's the thing.
Is that a
On
Trumpian
January
costume?
28th,
Oh, good question.
Vice
I don't know.
President
It
and
kind of
President
is. I
were
think it may be
I mean,
what
it's
he wore
standard.
last time.
of the
It's
nature of this
standard, yeah.
pandemic. They were informed
that-
that it's legal
that's Trump.
in consequence.
Oh, let
that
me
it
raise
is
the volume.
airborne, that it will affect young people, and that it would be contracted because it's airborne. And they knew what was happening, and they didn't tell you. Can you imagine if you knew on January 28th, as opposed to March 13th, what they knew, what you might have done to prepare? They knew, and they covered it up. The
Turning up the
president said it
volume.
was a hoax.
I mean, putting on
Yeah.
the
They
C-SPAN.
minimized the seriousness of it. The president said, you're on one side of his ledger. if
Feel
you
free
wear
to
a
add
mask,
some
you're on the other side of his ledger
COVID
if
ones.
you
I thought
don't.
they were so easy. Oh,
And
but another
in
one is
spite of
that
all of that,
if they
today, still don't have a plan.
if she refers to them as
They
diseased.
still don't have a plan. Well, Joe Biden does.
Who?
And our plan is
The
about what we need to
Trumpians?
do around a national
If
strategy.
Trump,
Contact tracing for
Trump,
testing,
in a way, in some
for
kind of sick
administration of
metaphor.
The vaccine and making
Oh.
sure that it will be free for all.
Oh,
That
she's
is
doing
plan
the
that Joe Biden has and that
she's
I
doing
have,
the Clinton
knowing that we
thumb.
have to
We
get
didn't
the
have that's not in the
We
room.
can have no, and I have to add in. I have to add in the
And Joe
shimmy.
Biden
What's
is
the
the
thing that
best
you have?
leader
Hold
to
on.
do that, and frankly, this administration
The
has forfeited
snort
their
squint
right to
and
re-election.
Slouch
Thank
and
you.
slouch.
Yeah.
Vice
This is
President
her
Pence,
signature
more than
move.
210,000 Americans have died of COVID-19.
Has he not done
since
the
February.
fart
The
suppression
U.S.
squint
death
yet?
toll as a percentage of our population
He's trying to
is
figure out where he
higher than
is.
that of almost every other wealthy nation on earth. For instance, our death rate is 2.5 times that of Canada next door. You head the
I'm already so
administration's
bored.
coronavirus task force.
I mean, who is
Why
it?
is the
I know.
U.S. death toll
Why
Nothing
should it put
could
way more
possibly
than
our
be
population
more
higher
boring than
than
this.
that
saying-
of almost every
People kept
other
saying
wealthy country.
drink every
And
time
you
they
have
punch
2 minutes to
left.
respond
She punches
without
left.
interruption.
But I was
Oh,
like,
that's a good one, actually. Let's
oh,
do
I
that.
thought we'd be slammed. I thought we'd be slammed. Okay, she punches
Hosted
left.
this
All right.
event,
Yeah.
and Senator Harris, it's a privilege to be on the stage with you.
Wow.
And our
Whoa.
nation's gone through a very challenging time this year. But I want the American people to know that from the
Harris
very
punches
first
left.
day, President Donald Trump has put the health of America first.
Can you imagine
Before
being
there
this
were
guy
more than
and
5
imagining
cases in the
what
United
his place
States,
in history is
all
going to
people who
be?
had returned from China.
No.
President Donald Trump did what no other American president had ever done. And that was he suspended all travel from China, the second largest economy in the world. Now, Senator Joe Biden opposed that decision. He said it was xenophobic and
Oh,
hysterical.
that's what he said last time.
And
We
I can
didn't.
tell you,
I
having
didn't think
led
he'd
the
say
White House
that.
coronavirus
Which-
task force, that
Xenophobic.
decision alone by President Trump.
Yeah.
We
bought
could
us
apply if it's a
invaluable
really
time to
slow
stand
night.
up
We
for
can
the greatest
No, no,
apply.
no,
national
we're-
mobilization
All right.
I think we're
since World
good.
War II.
You should add some
And
if
I
you want
believe it
any.
saved
Add
hundreds
any.
of thousands of Americans.
I mean, the Jesus one's going to
Because
hurt
during
us.
that time, we were able
Right,
to
all right.
reinvent testing.
Yeah,
More than
you're right.
115 million tests have been done to date. We were able to see to the delivery of billions of supplies, so our doctors.
That
and
was a
nurses could
Carl
research
Sagan-esque
what we
billions.
needed. And we began really before the month of February was art to develop a
Mother.
vaccine and
Mother.
develop medicines and therapeutics.
He's like
and
almost a
saving lives all
supernaturally
along
boring
the way.
character. Although I
I
guess that
know.
kind of fits
Trump's
where he's
leadership,
from. But
Operation Warp Speed. We
Right.
believe
For
will
Indy.
have
He's from
literally tens
Indiana,
of
right?
millions of doses of
yeah,
vaccine
apparently
before the
your
end
your
of
audio
this
is
year.
too loud. People are
The
complaining.
reality
Wow.
is, when you look at the Biden plan, it reads an awful lot.
No, that wasn't
What
Pence.
President
That was
Trump and I,
Katie
our
who
task
dropped her
force, were
fork.
doing every step
Is
of
that
the
better?
way.
Is that audio
And
better?
quite frankly,
I put it
I
farther
look at
away
their
from
plan that talks
I don't know.
about
We
advancing
didn't have time to
testing,
do time.
creating new PPE, developing a
let's see.
vaccine. It looks a little bit like plagiarism, which is something Joe Biden knows a little bit about.
Oh,
Let the American
oh,
people know
I
that
didn't
this
anticipate
is a
that.
president who has put the
Thank you,
health
Vice
of America
President.
first and the American
Oh, she did a
people. I
squint.
believe
She
with
did
my
a
heart.
fart suppression squint.
Thank you,
Proud
Vice
of the
But that doesn't count because I
sacrifices
didn't
they have
anticipate it for
made.
her.
It saved
Thank you,
I think
countless lives.
that's worth a
Senator
little
Harris.
sip, I
Would like to
think.
respond?
All right.
Absolutely. Whatever the vice president is claiming the administration has done, clearly it hasn't worked. When you're looking at over
I like that.
210,000 dead bodies in our country,
I should have said
American
dead
lives
bodies.
that have been lost,
Bodies.
families that are grieving that loss. And you know,
Sorry.
the vice president is the head of the task force.
I'm drinking tequila and mango
and
juice.
knew
Are you really?
on January 28th how serious this was. And then
That's
thanks
intense.
about Woodward.
Yeah, all people from Indiana are
But they
boring.
knew
It's true.
about it, and then
That's not true. I don't mean to say that about it. Indiana's a very nice place.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say that.
Did you?
He said because the president wanted people to remain calm.
Wait, did she just say?
No,
Did she just say?
Susan,
And I
I
want to
have
add,
to
but
weigh in here.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
I have to
I'm
weigh in.
speaking.
You can have 15 more seconds, and then we'll give the Vice
Look
President.
at
a
his.
chance.
This is good because he's too kind. Not kind. He's too polite. I think. She's gonna kick his ass. I really think.
How calm were you when your kids were sent home from school and you didn't know when they could go back? How calm
Thank
were
you.
you
Ooh,
when your
That
children
was another
couldn't see
Clinton
their
thumb.
parents because you were afraid they could
Fun
kill
thumb,
them?
yeah.
Let's give Vice President Pence a chance to respond. Vice President Pence, you have 1 minute.
Susan. Every time they say
Day gone
Susan,
by
just
that I
kidding.
haven't thought of every American family that's lost a loved one.
Really?
And I want all of you to know that you'll always be in our hearts.
You were always on my mind.
When you say what the American people have done over these last 8 months hasn't worked, that's a great disservice to the sacrifices the American people have made.
I'm referring
The
to
reality,
president.
if I may finish, Senator, the reality is Dr. Fauci said everything that he told the president in the Oval Office, the president told the American people. Now, President Trump, I will tell you, has boundless confidence in the American people, and he always spoke with confidence that we'd get through this together. But when you say it hasn't worked, when Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx and our medical
This guy has a tough
experts
job, I have
in
to say. I
in
mean,
March, they said if the president didn't take the unprecedented step of shutting down roughly
I know.
half of the American economy, that we could lose 2.2 million Americans.
Oh, I love.
That's the reality.
Thank you.
Look, this is a standard Trump thing. You just don't deny the 200,000 deaths. Just go straight to the
President,
2 million deaths.
Is too many, Susan. But the
Right.
American people, I believe, deserve credit for the sacrifices.
He just sounded like
that they
Elizabeth
have made,
Warren.
putting the health of their family.
Yeah, or
and their neighbors first, our doctors,
Credit.
decelerating to that kind of whisper
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, that's a Warren-esque
Well, it
technique.
was also
President Pence, you were in
deserve
the front
credit.
row in a
Deserve
Rose Garden
credit.
event 11 days ago.
There's something with
What
the
seems to have
cadence.
been a super spreader
Deserve
event
credit.
for senior administration. and
I think we need a smug smile
No
rule
social
for
distancing.
Kamala.
Few masks.
Yeah, I agree.
It's her
Now, a
thing.
cluster of coronavirus
But-
cases among those who were there.
You know this thing where
How
she's
can you expect Americans to follow the administration's safety guidelines to protect themselves from COVID when you at the White House have not been doing so?
Well, the American people have demonstrated over the last 8 months that when given the facts, they're willing to put the health of their families and their neighbors and people who don't even know first. President Trump and I have great confidence in the American people and their ability to take that information and put it into practice.
Oh,
In the
this is
height of
hard.
the epidemic, when we were losing a heartbreaking number of 2,500 Americans a day, we surged resources to New Jersey and New York.
Surged
and
resources?
Lawrence
That
and
sounds
Detroit.
like-
We told the American people what needed to be done, and the
a weird
American
term.
people made the sacrifices. When the outbreak in the Sun Belt happened this summer, again, Americans stepped forward. But the reality is the work of the President of the United States goes on. A vacancy on the Supreme Court of the United States has come upon us, and the President introduced Judge Amy Coney
Yes,
Barrett.
thank you. Thank you, Vice
But
President
at
Pence.
that, if I may say, that Rose Garden event, there's been a great deal of speculation about it. My wife Karen and I were there and honored to be there. Many of the people who were at that event,
Oh,
Susan,
no.
actually were tested for
Yes.
coronavirus. And it was an outdoor event, which all of our scientists regularly, routinely.
except they also had an indoor
The
event.
difference
But
Yeah,
here
right.
is President Trump and I trust the American people
To not
make
get
choices in
sick.
the best interest
Oh my
of
God.
their health. Joe Biden and Kamala
It's a
Harris
marketplace of viral
particularly
ideas.
talked about mandates. and
It's
not
a viral
just
marketplace.
the
Oh, wait.
coronavirus, but the government
We gotta
takeover
drink to
of
the-
healthcare,
Thank
I
you,
mean-
Vice
Green New
President.
Deal.
The what?
The
all
incredulous
government
smile.
control.
It's just
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's
you're
her
right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's her thing.
Let's talk
And
about respecting the American people. You respect the American people.
oh,
when
you
tell them the truth.
said squint.
You
What
respect
did we
the
say?
American
Squint,
people when you have the
slouch.
courage
It's
to
a
be a
squint
leader.
slouch.
Speaking
I mean,
of
it's
those
the hand
things
on the
that you
hip.
may
Yeah.
not
This
Oh, but
thing.
she's
people
but
to
she's
hear,
stand.
they
You know what? We're
need
gonna
to
insert
protect
something else because
themselves.
she's not standing
But
because
this
it's
Right.
administration
So
That's right.
put on
we can still
information
do
that if you had
the
as a
cocked head.
parent, if you
Yeah,
had
the
as a worker,
cocked
And
heads.
the hands thing,
money
yeah.
saved
Yeah.
and not
Let's do the
spending a
Clinton
food
thumb.
line,
Okay. Awesome. I like the way she said Carl Bernstein said to him, "Y'all
of the
didn't."
administration that was
Uh,
unwilling
Bob
to
Wood-
speak the truth.
Bob
to
Woodward. Sorry,
Yeah.
I merged them into
So
one.
let's talk
She's like,
about
and when they said
caring
y'all
about the
did it, blah blah
American
blah.
people. The American people have had to sacrifice
Yeah.
far too much
Paraphrasing.
because of the incompetence of this administration. It is asking too much of the people.
Susan, we talked
No,
about
Vice
It is
this.
President,
asking too much of the people.
If someone
If
wants
they
to get really
don't
hammered,
get
just every time they
the
say
information
Susan.
they need
Susan.
to help
Susan.
themselves to protect
Susan,
their
Mr.
parents
President.
and
No,
their
I'm sorry.
children.
Is it-
Kamala Harris, Senator Harris, I mean, I'm sorry.
It's
I
fine,
meant
I'm
to say-
Kamala.
No,
Is
Senator
Pence,
Harris,
is
please.
Pence have a bleeding eyeball?
For life to get back to
No.
normal.
I cannot believe our vice president, our
Actually
presidential
say
nom has
that
a
most
bleeding
of the people
eyeball.
who can be vaccinated need to
I
be
think.
vaccinated.
I think
But half of
Biden's
Americans
head
say
is
they
going to
wouldn't be
explode scanner
vaccinated.
style on
Now,
election night.
If the
He's
Trump
gonna
administration
ascend.
gets the vaccine
Then we'll get
before
her.
or after the election, should Americans take
What?
it
She
and
almost
reduce
looks like she's turning into Mike Pence. Her
Public
expression
health
was like,
professionals, if Dr. Fauci, if the doctors tell us that we should take it, I'll be the first in line to take it. Absolutely. But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
Vice
she looks
President
orthodox.
Okay.
Right? She looks like looks like she's wearing a
In recent days, the
shake,
president's
whatever
prognosis
Shay
of
gets, I think it's
COVID-19
called.
has underscored the
You're going to have to help me with that. What is that?
You know when Orthodox women wear
That's our
wigs?
second topic tonight.
Oh,
The
okay.
role
It looks
of
like
the
a wig.
vice
I'm gonna text my mom and ask her if she agrees.
One of you will make history
weren't
on
raised
January
Orthodox.
20th. You will be the vice president to the oldest president the United States has ever had. Donald Trump will be 74 years old on Inauguration Day. Joe Biden will be 78 years old. That already has raised concerns among some voters.
Well,
concerns
Susan,
that have been
since
sharpened
Vice
by
President
President
Biden has
Trump's
actually been dead
controversial
since last year
Right.
already, I'm already well prepared for that eventuality.
You had a
Oh, I thought you were gonna
conversation
say. I thought that was
agreement
Pence saying
with
we have a leg
President
up.
Trump about safeguards or procedures when it comes to the issue of presidential disability. And if not,
Oh, cones of
you
silence are
think we
great.
should. You have 2 minutes without interruption.
Well, Susan, thank you, although I would like to
No,
go
I
back.
don't mean he's too kind to
I
respond. I mean he's
think we
too
need to move on.
polite.
Well,
the
thank
issue
you,
of-
but I would like to go back
Oh.
because the reality is that we're going to have a vaccine, Senator, in record time.
Thanks,
In
Fan
unheard of
Thomas, for that
time, in
advice.
Less than a year. We
Someone
have
wants to raise the
5
volume.
companies in
Yeah,
phase
but
3 clinical
That's the
trials.
loudest it can
And
get.
we're right now
So,
producing tens of
um,
millions of doses.
W-
So
we need some more.
the fact that you continue to undermine public
let's see. That's
confidence
the
in
loudest it can get.
vaccine.
I'm
If
far
the vaccine
away.
emerges during the
Can
Trump
you move your
administration,
mic
I
further
think
away?
it-
That's what I did with mine, but
unconscionable.
I think I don't
Senator,
know what
I just
to.
asked
Mine's
you,
too loud.
Both of ours is, or maybe not. Maybe it's just yours. But my
the
friend,
reality
actually
is
Brad, who's a
that we
moderator
will
and a
have
sound guy,
vaccine, we
says it's
believe,
okay.
before the end of this
Okay.
year. And it will have the capacity to save countless American lives, and your continuous undermining
Because some people,
of
it's like
confidence in the
Goldilocks.
vaccine is just it's just unacceptable. And let me also say, the reality is when you talk about failure in this administration, we actually do know what failure looks like in a pandemic. It was 2009. The swine flu arrived. in the
Come on,
United
man.
States. Thankfully, it ended up not being as lethal as the coronavirus. But before the end of the year,
They can't win this
When Joe Biden
this
was vice
question.
president of the
As
United
long as they're on this question,
Right.
there's nothing.
7.5 million people.
There's nothing that,
contracted the swine flu.
you know.
60 million Americans contracted the swine flu. If the swine flu had been as lethal as the coronavirus in 2009,
Okay, I'm going to
when
say
Joe
this
Biden
once
was
more.
vice president, we
That's
would
the
have lost 2
loudest it
million
gets. I have it
American
up the loudest
lives.
it
His own chief of
gets.
staff, Ron Klain,
I don't know what else to
would say
say.
You can
last year,
raise your own volume. I
with
think.
pure luck,
I can,
they
or
did
they can.
everything possible wrong.
No, I'm too loud.
And
I'm too
we
loud.
learned from that. They left the strategic national stockpile.
I have the
empty.
regular volume
They left
max and
an
a
empty
max.
and hollow plan, but we
Thank you,
still
Vice
learned
President
from it. And I think
Vice
the
President
American
Pence, your time
people,
is
I'm going
up.
to say again, can be proud
Vice President Pence, I'm sorry,
of
your
what
time
we
is
have
up.
done. And Senator, please
Thank you, Vice
stop
President
undermining
Pence.
confidence in a vaccine.
Senator Harris, let me ask you the same question that I asked
Sure.
Vice President Pence, which is,
She's
have you
trying
had a
hard to be
conversation
congenial because
or reached
she's
an
gotten
agreement
talking
with
point.
Vice
Oh yeah,
President
she's doing
Trump
that thing too.
about safeguards or
Yeah.
procedures
She's doing the
when it
fight
comes to the
suppression.
issue of presidential
the-
security? And if not,
Oh
and if
right,
you win the
you got to hold it
election,
in. I mean, that
you
would be
think
lethal,
you should.
right?
You have 2
Oh
minutes
yeah,
uninterrupted.
because it hits
Pull a
back
Chris
at you.
Matthews.
Oh, it hits back in your face because
Well,
of
the-
plexiglass.
Yeah, the plexiglass, it would bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did she do the smug smile again?
Served with him on this ticket was probably one of the most memorable days of my life. I thought about my mother, who came to the United States at the age of 19, gave birth to me at the age of 25 at Kaiser Hospital in Oakland, California. And the thought that I'd be sitting here right now, I know would make her proud. And she must be looking down on this.
I think we could make
Joe
a
and I were
rule
raised
about
in a very similar way. We were
sort
raised
of
with values that are
heartwarming
about hard work,
ordinary origin
about
stories. I mean, we'll give her a pass on this one, but next
and
time we
about
get
the
one of
importance
those,
of
it's a
fighting
specialty of
community
Warren, but
And I think Joe asked me
Pence
to
doesn't
serve
do
with
it that
him
much.
because,
I'm just
I have a
amazed
career that
by
included being elected the first woman district attorney of San Francisco.
I'm amazed by
where I
how much he
created
sounds like
models of
Warren.
Innovation for law enforcement. And
Maybe they're the same person.
Criminal
That's
justice
what I'm
system.
saying.
I was elected the first woman of color and Black woman to be elected Attorney General of the state of California, where I ran the second largest Department of Justice in the United States, second only to the United States Department of Justice. And there I took on everything from transnational criminal organizations to the big banks that were taking advantage of homeowners,
to kids smoking
to
pot.
for-profit colleges that were taking advantage of veterans. And then, of course, now I serve in the
truants.
United States Senate.
Oh, yeah.
As only the second Black woman ever elected to the United States Senate. I serve on the
It's
Senate
so fast that
Intelligence Committee,
I-
where I've been in regular receipt.
This
of
sure feels
classified
debate-like.
information about threats to
does.
our
It
nation
feels
and
presidential.
hotspots around the world.
It's a debate
I've
between
traveled
Max
the world.
Headroom and a
I've met
substitute
with
teacher.
our
It is a little bit
soldiers
like
in
that.
in war
Yeah.
zones. And
I like
think
Max
Joe
Headroom,
has
though.
asked me to serve
Yeah, it's
with
great.
him because he knows that we share.
Who's
we
the
share a
actor in
purpose,
for
which is
Max
about
Headroom
lifting
again?
up the American people.
I don't remember.
And after
Hold
the
on.
4 years that we have seen of Donald Trump unifying our country around our common values and principles.
Thank you, Senator Harris. You know, neither President Trump nor Vice President
I'm
Biden
gonna
have
take a
been
boredom
supportive
shot.
Detailed health
That's fine.
information.
I mean, I think
that had
they're
become the modern norm until the
Boredom
2016
shot, folks.
election. And in recent days, President Trump's doctors have given misleading answers or refused to answer basic questions about his health. And my question to each of you in turn is this information voters deserve to know? Vice President Pence, would you like to go first?
Well, Susan, thank you. And
they really are leaning on
let
that
me
Susan as a
say, on behalf of
crutch.
the president and the
Susan.
first lady, how
Let's have
moved
a
we've
Susan
all
rule.
been by the
for every
outpouring
10 times they say it.
prayers and concern
3.
for the president.
Okay.
And I do
Three,
believe
yeah.
it's emblematic of the prayers and the concern that have ushered forth for every American impacted.
And I think we got to
By
expand the
coronavirus.
Jesus rule to just anything that's
Parents
religious
that
coming
have
from
seen
Pence. So the prayers
at
count.
Walter Reed Hospital,
Okay. Prayers
the White
count.
House doctors.
Is this
was
better? I
exceptional.
turned down my
And
volume.
the transparency that
Okay,
they
you can hear a
practiced all
difference? All
along
right,
the way
great.
will continue. The American people have a right to know about the health and well-being of their president, and will continue to do that. But I'm just extremely grateful and was
This is
more
like
than-
watching a
more than
moth
little
die of
moved,
natural causes.
by the broad
This is like-
bipartisan
This is
support.
like
And
the
Senator, I wanna
least
thank you
gripping
and Joe
television
Biden
in
for your
history.
I gotta write that
genuine
line out.
concern. And I also want to congratulate you, as I did on that phone call, on the historic nature of your nomination.
Thank you.
Ooh, that phone. I want to hear more about that phone call. What happened in that phone
Yeah.
call?
So I know the feeling.
They're a little.
But
No, I'm not going to make that
the
joke.
reality is, we've got an election before the
Watching a
American
moth
people
die
in
of
the midst
natural
this challenging
causes.
year. And the stakes have never been higher, but I
Thank you.
think the
Thank you,
choice
Vice
has never
President
been
Pence.
clear.
I want to give Senator Harris a chance to respond to the same question I asked, which is, do voters have a right to know more detailed health information about
What
presidential
kind of a
candidates,
question
and
is that
especially
to,
about
to
presidents,
lob to the Democratic
especially
nominee?
when
That's
facing
not
this
even.
kind of challenge?
Absolutely. And that's why Joe Biden has been so incredibly transparent, and certainly by
Senator
contrast,
Harris, do you think
the
President
Department
Trump
has
is
not.
full of shit? I mean, that's basically the question.
But also, let's look at taxes. We now know, because of
So
great
crazy.
investigative journalism, that Donald Trump paid $750 in taxes. When I first heard about it, I literally said,
Here comes a prepared joke.
$1,000, and it was like, no, $750. We now know Donald Trump
I thought that
owes
too.
and is in debt for $400 million. And just so everyone is clear, when we say in debt, it means you owe money to somebody. And it'd be really
Wow,
good
is
to
that what
know
it means?
who the president of the
No
United
idea.
States, the commander-in-chief, owes money to, because the American
You
people have
do
a
really
right
learn
to
something
know
every day.
what is influencing the president's
Isn't that weird?
decisions, and is he
Influencing, not
making those
influencing.
decisions
It's an
in the
Yeah.
best interest of the American people?
Also,
say-
it's
or
Mhm.
self-interest?
No, you say
So,
harassment.
Susan, I'm glad you asked about transparency.
mm.
Because it
I
has
say
to be across
harassment.
the board.
Anyway.
Joe has been incredibly transparent.
Isn't it's
over
it's
many, many
different
years.
depending on the
One
circumstance,
thing
isn't it?
we all know about
Oh,
Joe,
I didn't think so.
he puts it
I
all
always
out
think it's
there.
you're saying
He-
verb
he
versus
is honest,
noun.
he is
I think
forthright.
in the workplace context, it's pronounced one way, and
Oh,
I'm not
harassment. You're
sure.
talking
Yeah,
about. You're talking
yeah.
harassment. Got it, yeah.
Vice President.
Well, look, I respect the fact that Joe Biden spent 47 years in public life. I respect your public service as well.
Just not that much.
American
Yeah.
people will have a president who's
Just not as
businessman,
much as the sociopathic
creator.
businessman germ
paid
super spreader.
tens of millions of dollars in taxes, payroll taxes, property taxes. He's created tens of thousands of American jobs. And the president said those public reports are not accurate. And the president's also released literally stacks of financial disclosures the American people can.
I'm gonna take a literally shot. I'm on a thing about literally lately.
Joe Biden,
Oh, okay.
47
So
years.
I understand. They
yeah.
love saying 47. Oh, does anyone know of the
He brought all of that experience.
Does
4 years
anyone
ago
know
Thank
the
you,
and
Vice
turned
President.
this
the
economy around by cutting taxes, rolling back
code words?
regulations,
Thank you,
Q-
thank you,
the
Vice
Q
President.
energy, fighting
references?
for free and fair trade.
I mean,
All of
calm
that.
before the storm.
Joe Biden.
Okay,
and
trafficking
You know,
apparently.
that's a good
White.
segue into our third
Oh.
topic, which is about
Smash the like
economy.
button.
This has been another aspect of life for Americans. It's been so affected.
Binders of financials.
Coronavirus. We have a jobs crisis brewing. On Friday, we learned that the unemployment rate
Oh my
declined
God,
to
this is so
7.9% in September, but the job growth had stalled, and that was before the latest round of layoffs.
She
in
looks
Florida,
like the.
airline industry at Disney.
It looks like the Charlie Rose set,
thousands of discouraged workers
It
who
does. It
stopped
does.
looking for
Yeah,
work.
it does.
Nearly 11
or
million
like
jobs
Spaceballs.
beginning of the year haven't been replaced.
May the Schwartz
Those
be with you.
hardest hit include
The
teenage
Schwartz.
and women. Senator Harris, the Biden-Harris campaign has proposed new programs to boost the economy, and you would pay for that
Oh, I kept.
spending
I
by
drank. I
raising
didn't need to.
$4
Whoops,
That's
trillion
sorry.
okay. Go for it.
taxes on wealthy individuals and corporations. Some economists warn that could curb entrepreneurial ventures that fuel growth and create jobs. Would raising taxes put the recovery at risk? And you have 2 minutes to answer uninterrupted.
Thank you.
She's gonna not answer this one.
On the issue of the economy, I think there couldn't be a more fundamental difference between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Joe Biden believes you measure the health and the strength of America's economy based on the health and the strength of the American worker and the American family. On the other hand,
Which is why
Donald
he's
Trump
basically
measures
anti-union
the
and
economy
Right.
based on how
And what-
rich people are doing, which is why he passed a tax bill benefiting the top 1% and the
Oh,
biggest
child sex
corporations
trafficking.
of
That's
America,
that's a
leading
cute
to
thing. All right.
a $2 trillion deficit.
did he
that
say
the
child
American
sex
people are
trafficking?
gonna have to pay for.
No, not
On
yet.
day one, Joe Biden will repeal that tax bill. He'll get rid of it. And what he'll do
Someone's
with money is invest
there's some
it
funny
in
comments out there.
And through a plan that is about investing in infrastructure, something that Donald Trump said he would do. I remember hearing about some infrastructure week. I don't think it ever happened. But Joe Biden will do that. He'll invest in infrastructure. It's about upgrading our roads and bridges, but also investing in clean energy and renewable energy. Joe
Sounds
is
great.
gonna
Is she gonna raise? Are they gonna raise taxes or not?
what we need to do around innovation. There was a time when our country believed
I can't
in
get over how
science
orthodox her hair looks.
and invested in research and
It
developed.
it bobs a lot.
We
It,
were in
it's
a
not. It's not quite the
very
Amy level.
globe.
No,
Joe
it's
Biden
not
will
at
use
all.
that money to invest in education. So, for example, for folks who want to go to a 2-year community.
She's a pro. Like she got 2 minutes and she didn't come close to answering whether or not she's
Yeah.
gonna raise.
Yeah, and
Taxes.
yeah, but also doesn't sound like she's full of it. Like she doesn't sound like she's faking it. She doesn't sound like she's avoiding it. That's why she's a pro.
I bet they trained her to see if she could talk for 4 hours without answering that question.
But it is true. I mean, I have to say, it doesn't come off the way, the avoidant way it often does with politicians. You know what I mean?
to do their business.
Well, I guess so. Yes.
You're
Senator
welcome.
Harris. Vice
I
President
mean,
Pence,
compare
your
her to
administration has been predicting a rapid and robust
Pelosi
recovery.
or
But the
Biden.
latest economic
Well,
reports
Biden just
have
veers off and he rambles in
Americans being
directions
blamed
that make no
for
sense. So
Yeah.
it's not like he's trying to avoid the question. He doesn't remember it.
Yeah.
You have 2 minutes to answer uninterrupted.
When President Trump and I took office, America had gone through the slowest economic recovery since the Great Depression.
It's not
When
that
Joe
her.
Biden was
It's just
vice
the cut
president,
of
they
it
tried to
looks like the
tax
wig.
and
I'm not saying
spend.
she's
We need another
wearing a
boredom
wig.
shot. Boredom shot, folks.
Boredom
Oh,
shot,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just talking about the hair.
Across the
Ignore it.
board. Despite what
It's
Senator
it's the
Harris
way
said,
it's
the average American family of four had $2,000
Shaped and
in
dried.
savings and taxes. And with the rise in wages that occurred, most predominantly for blue-collar, hardworking Americans, the average household income for a family of four increased by $4,000 following President Trump's tax cuts. But America, you just heard Senator Harris tell you, day one, Joe Biden's going to raise your taxes. It's really remarkable.
Did she say that?
I mean, right after
when did she say
a
that?
time where we're going through a pandemic that lost 22 million jobs at the height, we've already added.
Oh,
back
that's a good question. Did
11.6
Mother
million
give him
jobs
permission to
because we had a president who cut
talk to a
taxes,
female
rolled back
alone?
regulation,
The
unleashed
plexiglass.
American
That's
energy,
why
fought
he
for
didn't
free and
object to
fair
the
trade, and
plexiglass.
secured
Of course.
$4 trillion from
'Cause
the
at first he
Congress of the United
was.
States to give
He doesn't want to be
direct
tempted.
payments, save 50 million
Or he
He's
jobs
only
not
in
as bad as Ashcroft.
the program.
He only
We
wants to hang
literally
out with other
spared
men.
no
That's my
expense to help the
theory.
American
Big time.
Now, come on now.
work through this. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris
Tell Matt to take a
want
pure
raise
vodka shot.
taxes. They want to
It's
bury
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that yet. I need to take a running start before I can start taking the pure vodka
They
shots.
want to abolish fossil fuels.
Kamala is the next
ban
Maggie
fracking,
Thatcher.
which
Mark
would
my
cost
words.
Hundreds of thousands of American
She's not
jobs
quite.
Nah, I don't think so.
And Joe Biden wants to
She doesn't
looks
have
like
the-
Midwest Chris
surrender to
Walken.
China, that when we took office,
Ooh, yeah. There's a little bit of
our
that.
national trade deficit was with
A little
China
bit. I still
alone.
think it's.
And Joe Biden wants to repeal.
I gotta
all
have
of
more
the
cowbell.
President
Kamala.
Trump to fight for American jobs and American
Oh,
workers.
I gotta know.
Joe Biden says democracy's on the ballot.
Good
Make no mistake
question.
about it.
How does her hair fare in a
The
snowstorm?
American economy, the American comeback is on the ballot with 4 more years of growth.
Yeah, let's have folks in how you're going to pay for it too. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's good. Thanks, Chris
2021
Kelly.
is gonna be the biggest economic year in the history of this country.
Thank you, Vice President Pence. Senator
Susan.
Harris.
Well, I mean, I thought we saw enough of it in last
Good
week's
idea.
debate, but I think this is supposed to be a debate based on fact and truth. And the truth and the fact is, Joe Biden has been very clear. He will not raise taxes on anybody who makes less than
He said
$400,000
he's
a
going to
year.
repeal the Trump tax cuts.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
We should have a
Well,
thing.
I'm speaking.
Be important if you said the truth. Joe Biden said.
Oh,
twice
she
in the debate
lost?
last week that he's going to repeal
She
the
lost
Trump
it.
tax
She
cuts.
lost her. She
That
had
was
him.
tax cuts that gave the average working family $2,000.
He's
She had the-
mansplaining.
Oh my God, he's mansplaining.
I think we have to drink to the mansplaining.
Is he only going to repeal part of the Trump
Mansplaining.
tax
It's
cuts?
Don't mind
mansplaining. You
letting
sound
me
like you're
We
speaking
can have a
Yiddish.
Conversation, okay?
Mansplaining.
Okay.
Mansplaining.
Joe Biden will not raise taxes on anyone who makes less than $400,000 a year. He has been very clear about that.
So,
Joe Biden will not end fracking.
what
He has been
percentage
very
of people
clear.
make more?
He won't end fracking.
Joe Biden.
Why did she have to throw that
is
out?
the
Did he
one
mention?
who,
Oh, the Green New Deal. They're
during
just
the-
selling out.
the
Why didn't
Great
she say she's
Recession,
saving the
was
planet?
responsible
Sorry, I got
for the
you know.
Recovery Act.
That's punching
that
left.
brought America
That's
back, and
punching
now
left.
they're
Drink.
Okay,
trying
let's punch. Yeah, that's
Yes,
punching
I
left.
want-
Can somebody out there find out what percentage of Americans make more than $400,000?
For the economy that they had.
We
at the
should have a
beginning of
drink
their
called
term. Of
the
course, now the economy
left
is a
punch.
complete disaster.
Left.
The left punch. That would be great. What would it be?
On the other hand,
Left
you have Donald
punch.
Trump, who
Uh,
has reigned over.
Well, would it be lefty
a
or would it be
recession that
left
is
punch?
being
Like, would
compared
it be
to the Great
mocking
Depression.
the leftists
On
that
the
they
one
punch,
hand,
or are
you
we
have Joe
mocking
Biden,
people who punch left?
who was responsible with President
don't-
Barack Obama.
You know what I'm
for
saying?
Affordable
yeah, I
Care
don't know. I mean,
Act, brought healthcare
but
to
what would be in the actual drink?
But that's what I'm
Americans and
saying. That
protect
would
people with
determine it.
pre-existing
Because if it
conditions. And
was
what
like,
also
if it
did
was a,
is it saved
Oh,
the
mean would it be
families,
something
otherwise
snooty
going
or would it be? I see.
hospital bills they
yes,
could
or
not
would it be
afford.
like
On the other hand,
Cuban rum
if
with,
Donald Trump
you
is
know,
in court
whatever.
right now,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I think it should be more like that.
like with
trying to get
patchouli,
rid of
it has
the
patchouli in it.
Affordable Care
I mean,
Act,
they should have punch in it,
you will
Well,
lose
the whole
should-
thing
should-
makes
if
punch.
you
It
have
makes a punch.
pre-existing
right? So it
conditions.
should be like pineapple juice and triple sec and something else,
I
right?
just like to
Yeah, but it has to
Cheap
be
Cuban
like, it has to
rum.
be like free
If you
trade
have a pre-existing
pineapple
condition,
juice, fair
Right.
use, fair trade
diabetes,
pineapple.
breast
What else?
cancer,
In Russia, I used to drink a vodka
You
called
love someone who has
a
pre-
brand called Levsha, which
Is it
it
coming
means
for
the
you?
left-hander or
Under
lefty.
26 on your parents' average?
So you can have
Oh.
lefty vodka.
You're
Let me
welcome.
give you a chance.
I really like the
Well, I
way
hope we
that
have a
she
chance to
said
talk
he's
about
coming for
healthcare
you.
because
He's coming for you.
Obamacare
That's
was
good. That's how
success.
they have to talk about it. They're
American
coming
people
for you,
remember
like
it well.
like the Grim
President
Reaper.
Trump and I have a plan to improve healthcare and to protect pre-existing conditions for every
Is there? Oh yeah.
American. But look, Senator Harris, you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. You yourself said on multiple occasions.
That sounds like
running
something
for
Elizabeth
president,
Warren would say
that you would
too. I'm
ban
telling you,
fracking.
there's an Elizabeth
Joe
Warren.
Biden looked
She's
at
wearing a Mike Pence suit.
Yeah.
and pointed and said, "I guarantee."
It's like it's like a furry fetish, right? Except you wear like Republican.
They have a $2 trillion
Dude
version
suits.
of the Green
So
New Deal. Susan,
insane.
your newspaper, USA Today, said really wasn't that very different from the original Green New Deal. More taxes, more regulation,
All right, I'm moving
banning
on.
fracking, abolishing fossil fuel, crushing American energy, and economic surrender to China is a prescription for economic decline. President Trump and I will keep America
1%
growing,
make
the
100,000.
V-shaped recovery,
Yeah,
the
so
underway
he's not going to raise taxes on
continue with 4 more years.
1% of the country. Like that's not much of a pledge.
President Pence, once
but-
again, you provided the perfect
But I get it.
which is climate change. And Vice President Pence, I'd like to pose the first question to you. This year, we've seen record-setting hurricanes in the South. Another one,
Climate
Hurricane Dorian,
change.
now threatening the Gulf. And we have seen record-setting wildfires in the West. Do you believe, as the scientific
Do you
community,
believe Jesus hates America?
that man-made climate change has made wildfires bigger, hotter, and more deadly, and have made hurricanes wetter, slower, and more damaging? You have 2 minutes on
It sounded a little.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Steve. Well, first, I'm very proud of our record on the environment and on conservation. According to all of the best estimates, our air and land are cleaner than any time ever recorded. And our water is among the cleanest in the
Oh
world.
my God.
And just a little while ago, the president signed the Outdoors Act. It's the largest investment in our public lands and public parks in 100 years.
It's weird to see a Republican
Conservation.
being
environment.
prepared.
Climate change.
Yeah, it's true.
The climate is
Well, this is what we'll
changing.
have the next
The
Trump.
issue is, what's
The
the
next-
cause and what do we do about it?
Republican. Well, he won't be Pensian,
We're
but
gonna continue to look at the science.
I mean, it's going to be somebody like Tom Cotton or
yeah, I know.
Tucker Carlson.
In the Paris Climate Accord, they'd impose the Green New Deal.
Why doesn't she
Which would
imagine if
crush
she actually
American
says something
energy,
about how it would
increase the
save
energy
people's
costs of
lives? What
American
they're doing.
Because she's by not saying that's left punching. She's not
Yeah,
saying something.
It's left punching by omission.
President
By
Trump
omission.
The progress that we have made in a cleaner environment has been happening precisely because we have a strong free market economy. You know, what's remarkable is the United States has reduced CO2 more than
I'm
the
trying to think of what television show is more boring than this.
we've done it.
QVC, right, is clearly more boring than
We've
this.
done it through natural gas. And
What you mean, like depending on the product?
Yeah.
American people can go look at the record. I know
Okay.
Joe Biden says otherwise.
The 700 Club is probably more boring than
Both
this.
of you repeatedly committed to abolishing fossil fuel and banning fracking. And so by creating the kind of American innovation, we're actually steering toward a stronger and
This
better
is they're
environment.
doing the same thing that Trump did. They're going to try to make her
I believe that
punch
Florida
left.
has to be front and center. And even Governor Gavin Newsom from your state has agreed.
Right.
We've got to
And
work
she'll
on
fall.
forest
Let's see if she'll
management.
fall in it.
And with regard to her,
I mean, is that a mistake or not? I can't even tell anymore.
Oceanic Administration tells us that actually as difficult
you.
as they are,
Thank you, Vice President.
there are no
The
more
infomercials.
today than
What's your favorite infomercial? What's your favorite infomercial product?
many of the climate
Is chia an
alarms,
infomercial or no?
hurricanes and wildfires.
What
to
defines
try
an
and sell
infomercial?
goods of a green
You know, like the set it and forget it thing, or those
Yeah, but is chia,
robotic vacuum cleaner things.
As the Vice
so
President
chia
mentioned,
pet is not
response to the Green
infomercial.
New
That's
Deal
just
in Congress,
commercial.
But Vice President Biden
No,
said
it's just a commercial.
that he does not support the Green New Deal.
Oh my God.
But if you look at the Biden-Harris
Let's see what the
campaign
punching
website,
left
it describes
begins.
the Green New Deal as a crucial framework. What exactly would be the stance of a Biden-Harris administration toward the Green New Deal? You have 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Sure. So first of all, I will
Matt, look who's here.
and the American
Should we
people
bring him in?
I guess so, yeah.
will not ban fracking.
What?
That is a fact. That is a fact. I will repeat
Oh, she looked down at her
Joe
notes.
Biden has been very clear.
I can't believe it.
that
This is
he
left punch.
thinks
This is
about
punch lefting
growing
and
jobs, which is
and
why he will
ozone
not
breaking.
increase taxes for anyone who makes less than $400,000 a year.
That's
Joe
just
Biden's economic plan,
bold, daring stuff right there.
reputable Wall Street firm, has said will create 7 million more jobs than
That's like-
Donald Trump's. And part of those jobs that will be created by Joe Biden are going to be about clean energy.
It's got a little bit of that kind of like Velociraptor thing.
Joe understands
in the hand thing.
that
And then she does the chop.
our country
It's good.
is burning.
I mean, all these
including
things are inbounds. I just love all these.
Joe sees what is happening on the Gulf states, which are being battered by storms. Joe has seen and
Joe
talked
sees,
with
Joe has
the
seen. That's almost like
whose
you are
entire
seen, you are
crops have been
heard, we
destroyed
see you.
because of floods.
Let's see.
Right.
Joe believes again in science. I'll tell you something, Susan. I served
Susan.
Susan.
That's
on the
the
committee
so one
that's responsible
Is that
after
three?
You know,
Yeah.
this administration took the word science off the website and then took the phrase climate change off the website. We have seen a pattern with this administration, which is they don't believe in science. And Joe's plan is about saying we're going to deal with it, but we're also going to create jobs. Donald Trump, when asked about the wildfires in California, and the question was, you know,
He's
the science
Warren.
doesn't
He's
know,
writing
Donald
notes.
Trump
He's
said,
taking notes.
Science doesn't know. So
We haven't seen
let's
that in a
talk
while.
about
Oh, because they
who
were
is prepared
standing,
to
right?
lead our country
That was almost like
for the next 4 years.
an expression
What
of
is the
like
existential threat?
he had a funny thought almost. I've never
Yeah.
actually seen him
saying we're gonna
amused.
invest that in renewable energy. It's going to be about the creation of millions of jobs. We will achieve net zero emissions by 2050, carbon neutral by 2035. Joe has a plan. This has been a lot of talk from the Trump administration, and really it has been to go backward instead of forward. We will also re-enter the climate agreement.
I
with
hate
Trump.
that's one of my most
Senator Harris just said
loathed political cliches because like every politician in history has said we're going to go forward, not backward.
existential
You know?
threat.
Existential threat.
Oh, we got it.
Go
Yeah. I
ahead,
mean,
Susan. The climate
hey, what's
change
up, Tom?
Perfect timing.
Drink to existential threat.
Bridge to the 21st century.
Drink to Thomas Frank, everyone.
is
We just added
not
Thomas
that
Frank.
They're going to raise taxes.
Author extraordinaire.
Extraordinary. Oh, I feel like I don't even need to introduce
And
you
on day
because
one, he was going to
we
repeal
talk about you all the
tax
time.
cuts.
Not only do we
Those
talk about you all the
tax cuts
time,
delivered $2,000 in
but
tax relief.
I
It's kind of
talked about
uncomfortable,
it to your
actually.
book. Kind of uncomfortable. We talked about
I
you
thought
today.
about-
Frank,
Oh,
I
that-
just recommend that people.
I thought about
David
watching this
David.
on TV, but then I don't think I could take it without you two.
Yeah.
The Green New Deal.
It's we're struggling with how boring it is, though. Actually,
And it's funny because as a child, I really admired Pence, or well, his alter ego, Race Bannon, as he was known. He was sort of my hero and protector, you know, as we would drive around the Caribbean in our
You just read the
in our
Senator's
yacht.
statement. You know, resubmit America. to the-
I'm referring, of course, to Matt. You're old enough. Do you remember?
the Johnny Quest, or
Yeah, yeah,
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
CO2,
He does have the yeah.
American innovation. and
It is
development.
uncanny, actually. We got to get
but
a picture of that.
he's such a
$2
he's such a
trillion
relapse
Green
to
New
old
Deal
school
for-
republicanism,
Right?
all the free market bullshit. You know, it's like, oh God, when was the last time you heard that stuff? You know,
I mean,
it's like-
Business.
that, and he's actually doing talking points, and you know, he's.
Thank you, Vice President.
I don't know. It's weird.
Jobs first, and we're going to take care of our environment.
We're drinking every time Kamala left punches. Also,
oh
So-
my God, you're gonna get
The
wasted.
Vice President
I was just reminded today.
Look, Thomas. Look what someone wrote. Tom, listen, Thomas.
I was just reminded today that George Bush used to refer to himself as the MBA president. Do you remember this?
did he really?
Yes, he did. He was the MBA president pursuing market-based government.
farmers-
And it's like all of that was just swept away in 08, you know. This guy reminds us that that's who the Republicans used to be.
It is kind of like we're at a dig site, right? We're just sort of like dusting off what it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he's the Trump of the future. I think he's
No.
he's the bridge to the the sort of fundamentalist past or something.
Yeah. Who do you think the next Republican candidate is? My money's on Tucker Carlson, but
If you're wondering,
Or Trump Donald Jr.
Donald
Donald
Jr. could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Or the
Cotton.
obvious Ted Cruz or
by the end of the month.
Cotton.
Marco Rubio.
Rubio, yeah.
Are worried about whether
Yeah.
they're able to pay rent.
Yep. Oh, Clinton thumb.
Clinton thumb. Yeah, we added that.
There you go.
Because of the catastrophe and the
What's your favorite political gesture, Tom?
Vice President Pence.
Good question.
I do like the forward, the Clinton thumb. That's a good one.
The forward thumb.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, we used
it's like the iguanodon thing, where you kind of go like that.
There's a statue, or there used to be a statue, got torn down of this really
Entitled to your opinion, you're not entitled to your own
terrible man, Tom Watson, who I know his story because he started out as a populist and then became this. He changed sides sort of and became this really vile racist, and then became a Democrat. And the Democrats put him in the U.S. Senate after he had become this horrible racist and anti-Semite. Yeah, from Georgia. He was from Georgia, and there used to be a statue of him in front of the State House in Atlanta, where it showed him gesticulating like this, and they've torn it down. I don't think the statues, you can't see it anymore, but it was quite something.
That was like a rhetorical gesture or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he was politics.
He was giving an oration.
Oh, China.
Oh, here we go.
We have no more complicated or consequential foreign relationship than the one with China. It is a huge market for American agricultural goods. It's a potential partner in dealing with climate change in North Korea. And in a video tonight, President Trump again blamed it for the coronavirus, saying China will pay. To describe our fundamental relationship with China. Competitors, adversaries, enemies, you have 2 minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Are adversaries and enemies the same thing?
Before I leave that, let me.
Friends, besties.
Wait, he's got to go back and even up the score here.
Frenemies.
NAFTA cost literally.
Oh, yeah.
thousands of
This
American
is Thomas
taxpayers'
Frank.
dollars.
Thomas Frank coming on the show.
Wait, where does Pence stand on this? Oh, Pence is against NAFTA.
He's this is great.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Now the law of the land.
Was he not before?
American people
Of
deserve
course,
I'm
of course.
guessing
This is
not.
that's Reagan negotiated that treaty.
Right.
to vote against the USMCA. It was a huge win for American auto workers. It was a huge win for American farmers, especially dairy in the upper Midwest. But Senator, you said it didn't go far
Okay,
enough
so
on
that's
climate change.
farmers are always free traders. Just so you know.
Environmental agenda
You got it.
of American
You got a
auto
question,
workers
Tom,
and
Miss
American
Tom, but we can wait till the
jobs.
end
The American
because
people
I have to
deserve
answer questions.
no, I'll answer them
Of
for
course you
you.
do.
I was just on another show where I had to answer questions, but that was like this is for fun. Come on.
Sanders, more liberal than.
Oh, she was the most liberal member. I love it when they do this because they did this to John Kerry. They did it to, they do it to anyone. You're the most
Right.
liberal member of the Senate. They did it to
According to-
Obama. Obama was the most liberal member of the Senate.
Right. Even though
I'm sure at one point they said Biden was the most liberal member of the
China
Senate.
and the World Health Organization, not-
well, they're saying that now, basically, right? That he's
He just uttered those
radical
very
leftist.
words. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Well, Biden is, as we all know, is just a puppet of me.
right.
Standing up to China that had been taking advantage of America for decades in the wake of Joe Biden's cheerleading for China. President Trump made that decision before the end of January to suspend all travel from China. And again,
He's not necessarily wrong about this, but can you imagine anybody actually making their choice on the basis of this?
Yeah.
it's strong.
Thank you, Vice
This
President.
is only going to reinforce people who are already in that direction.
Yeah,
you know.
accountable for what they did to America with the coronavirus.
China. I love the way Trump pronounces it.
I know. This is why
China.
makes me like
Our
Trump
fundamental
because he's so
relationship with
boring.
China. Are we competitive?
Well, no, the truth is Trump is better than
Adversaries,
Pence politically,
enemies.
but
Hey, what about my ideas for the drinking game? Okay.
They were
What
coming
about
in
my
so
rules?
Trump
They're in there, I think.
administration is
Right?
yes,
If she compares Pence to disease,
yeah, I said that. I added that.
America and America's standing. There's a weird obsession.
She's not taking the NAFTA bait.
had.
Yeah, she's
with
not.
getting
Oh
rid
yeah.
of
Oh, I want to see because she's a total true blue Clintonista. It would be
by
tough for her
President Obama and Vice
to get on
President.
board with that.
It's such
For
a weird role reversal. I mean, I guess it isn't really,
Oh,
but
get used to it, Taibbi. That's the
I know.
future, man. It's going to be role reversals all over the political map.
it's turtles all the way down, right?
Yeah, no, but that's the world that's where we're going. You know, where the right is going to be more and more and more like, I'm here for the working man. You know, and the left is like, you must listen to experts.
Yep.
And that,
Oh yeah, I
that's
gotta
the-
share
that's
that
the
video.
future. That's the future. That is the future.
210,000 Americans.
And they're both full of shit, of course. Needless
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah, no, it's two competing insincere pathologies trading places. I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It resulted in the loss of over 300 manufacturing jobs and a manufacturing recession, and the American consumer paying thousands of dollars more for goods because of that failed.
Oh, so she is.
She's a free trader.
That's left punching. We got to drink to that, right?
No, I don't know. But wait, because Pence is not really on the left.
No, but she's angrily embracing the righteousness of the whole trade thing, right? So doesn't that count?
It's so confusing. Oh wait! She just said Communist Party. Yeah, we're coming to something. We're coming to something of the Communist Party. Did you see that? How it was transliterated?
Oh.
Senator Harris, we've seen changes in the role of the United States in terms of global leadership over the past 4 years. And of course, times do change. What's your definition? We've seen strains with China.
What's your definition of leadership?
Mentioned. We've seen strains with our traditional allies in NATO and elsewhere.
NATO.
What is your definition of the role of American leadership in 2020?
Oh, I can't wait.
What kind of a question is that?
They call that open-ended.
That's a joke. You know who wrote these questions? Who to judge?
I wrote that one. Look at this. Look at this. That was just like, say whatever you want, Senator
I know,
Harris.
exactly. Senator Harris, talk about anything for 2 minutes. Right? It's like in the Amy Goodman thing. Talk about anything.
Thomas, have you been on Amy Goodman? Have you been on Democracy Now?
Who your adversaries
Oh,
are.
I think I've been on there twice. A long time ago. I'm not on anything in America anymore except for you guys.
Why are you on,
Nothing in this country. But
why don't you go on Democracy Now? That's ridiculous. I mean, why don't they have you on all the time?
well, that's not up to me, Katie. I don't know
No,
why.
I'm speaking truth to power. I'm speaking
They,
truth to Goodman.
But so I was on there one time, and my challenge was much like your drinking game. My challenge was to make Amy Goodman laugh.
Oh, how'd
That's
it go?
tough.
I know, I did it.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
What did you say?
I don't even remember, but I made some joke about I don't know what. But
Wow.
yeah, I succeeded because she does that Walter Cronkite total deadpan thing, you know.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So we talk about that all the time. That
We talk about.
yeah, she'll look at Matt Taibbi, talk about the financial crisis, you know,
Yeah.
like, and then it's just
So back when I was acceptable, I was on what's the NPR show about
all things considered.
yeah. What's the one where she
Fresh
said
Air?
Fresh
it
air.
was Fresh Air, and she actually did it to me. She said she talked about something. She said, "How did that make you feel?"
Yeah.
How did that make you feel, Mr. Frank? How did that make you feel?
Susan?
That was all long ago and far away. I was a different
know.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you were in the in group back then.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I was acceptable.
What it means to be.
Thank you, Senator Harris. Vice President Pence, let me give you a chance to respond.
Well, thank you. Well, President Trump kept his word when we moved the American embassy to Jerusalem, capital of the state of Israel.
How did we get to this?
Vice President, they
I
promised
don't
to do
know.
that. Yeah.
Who could possibly be listening to all this? Is anybody actually listening to all this?
NATO
Ask
is
about
now
Armenia.
contributing
Is it
more to our
verboten?
conflict than-
Are we talking about Armenia? Are we getting in that?
If we are, we're the only ones.
are we-
We should
are we
have
getting-
James
Are we
Gilman
getting
on
in that fine war?
And we
A very fine
Are we
war,
getting
yeah.
a piece of that war?
harm. You know, when President Trump came into office,
Are you watching the transliteration? The transcription just said Trump's eatership. Like his status as a guy who likes to eat food.
Have you guys seen that China live people died Facebook page?
Al-Baghdadi was.
Oh no, I haven't seen it. Why did they take it down?
I don't know. Rachel, tell us about it.
But
in the comments.
Hearts today are with the family of Kayla Mueller.
Oh God, al-Baghdadi.
Here with us tonight.
Oh, by the way, guys, so this is from the Jefferson. It's a vineyard down right near Charlottesville, and it's right next to the Trump vineyard. And I'm here to tell you, have you guys ever been down there? No, why would you? Of course you haven't.
No.
Wait, the vineyard?
Yeah,
No.
Trump vineyard.
Not Martha's
no.
vineyard. Matt, you are such an
Oh,
elitist.
did you really just? Oh, did
literally
you
from
bust a
Massachusetts.
Martha's Vineyard reference on me? Oh, that hurts.
Ouch. Okay, all right, you got
No,
me. You got me.
Trump Vineyards.
No, where is that?
Trump's
Charlottesville.
winery. It's in Charlottesville, and you
Oh,
can.
wow.
It's on a road called Presidential Highway because there's all these presidents that live there. And when you're sitting out on the little patio of Trump Winery having your glass of, Chardonnay or whatever, you can actually see Monticello in the distance up on the hill.
Wow.
And, where, Jefferson's actually buried there, and you can just imagine him thrashing in his grave.
He's just clawing the inside of that coffin.
He wants out, man. He wants to get revenge.
That's so great.
Someone wrote Taibbi goes to wine caves.
And when
Oh, come on now. That's just not nice.
That's not nice.
But it's true. It's true. Look, I've been to Martha's Vineyard,
I've never been there.
You haven't?
No, I've been to Cape Cod.
That was the last chapter of Listen Liberal. It was about my visit to Martha's Vineyard. It was in a Venn diagram of where like liberals, millionaires, where these people meet. That part where it intersects is Martha's Vineyard.
Oh yeah. Well, Martha, it's now like basically uniformly plutocrats.
Yeah. And Democratic politicians.
Right. Yeah.
You wouldn't think it. So I went out there and looking for like restaurants that Obama liked to go to, and I was surprised at how many places there still are that are still like flying the Clinton flag. Bill
Soleimani. Hold on, Soleimani.
So
we have to hold on.
Oh, they mentioned Soleimani several
Right now.
times.
Wait, hold on.
On our troops.
She's bringing up Soleimani, but
She thinks it was a mistake.
of course. But here's the thing. I have to share my theory.
And do you know what Donald Trump dismissed?
She has a
them
crush
with?
on Soleimani.
Headache.
I do.
Uh-oh.
And this is about a pattern of Donald.
Who does?
She keeps saying a pattern.
Who does?
I do. Katie.
The
Katie
senator?
Halper.
Oh, Katie Halper does.
The senator, Katie. It's the Senator Halper.
Donald Trump.
He was a
went
handsome
to
man
Arlington
who didn't need to
Cemetery.
die. But I blame the liberal media because if they had given Trump his due on the killing of al-Baghdadi, and I quoted your piece on this, Matt, the last time I talked about this. I blame it on the liberal media.
Let's take
Because why? Wait, what?
Because they didn't give they
should have just given him credit.
given him the whatever the W
says,
Right.
the L.
By the way, see what she's talking about now.
Oh,
The Trump disrespecting
yeah, of
the
course.
veterans and the graves. How
Yeah.
can Trump survive that? That's so bad,
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be his
What they
McCarthy
care about and
moment,
what they don't
which is the
care
thing
about.
that finally got McCarthy.
public reporting
disliked.
that Russia had bounties.
Was
Yeah,
when he
but
said
as
the
my
army was communist.
wife was saying the other day, it's just the scandals that they pile them on one after another. You forget them. Like,
Bounty.
think about well, that one got discredited though, right?
Yeah.
But I was thinking about like
No, but she's talking about it right. Of course,
And never
I should have
brought
put that
up the
in to
subject.
drink.
Joe Biden would never
the
do
bounties.
That.
Yeah,
But
bounty
Think
gate.
about
wait.
whoever the New York Times reporter is that worked on Trump's taxes for 5 years and finally got the story and he got the scoop and it was like such a big. It's already forgotten.
I was forgotten like in
Because
11
Russia-
hours.
Thank you.
Right?
Right, because then his debate with the disastrous debate, the debacle with Biden happened, and then he got COVID the next day.
I know, it's amazing. The news cycle is like 11 minutes now in America.
But there's also
He's had
this
more
sense
times.
of-
He's had more times than she has.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, more Susans. We get a drink again.
Susan, yeah.
Our armed
I
forces.
actually need to refill this. Hang on a minute.
My son is a
Pence.
captain in the United
Yes.
States Marine Corps.
Oh, here we go. He's going to take umbrage.
Maybe. I can assure all of you, with sons and daughters serving in our military, President Donald Trump not only respects but reveres all of those who serve in our armed forces, and any suggestion otherwise is ridiculous.
Oh, ridiculous. That's strong language, Mr. Pence.
I like that he tends.
Non-denial denial.
It's ridiculous.
All right, I'll be right back.
Campaigns agreed to the rules for tonight's debate with the Commission on Presidential Debates. I'm here to enforce them, which involves moving from one topic to another, giving roughly equal time to both of you, which is what I'm trying very hard to do.
Go right ahead.
So I want to go ahead and move to the
Susan
next
has
topic,
become a
which is
rule,
an
Tom,
important one.
because he keeps
Oh,
saying
every time they say her name.
every 3 times.
Okay. Okay.
On Monday, the Senate
Look, Louise
Judiciary
Brooks.
has the-
Love
Oh,
Thomas Frank so much.
Louise Brooks. Oh my God. I have an autographed picture of Louise Brooks somewhere. The silent film star, from the 20s.
She's in great. I know she's in great shape.
and make it
Yeah.
Harry
no
Smith
kidding.
writes,
abortion
Pence should
restrictions,
join Proud Boys so he
even
can take his
overturning
shirt off and roughhouse with gym change matches, curious commando, fetish, bisexual men trying to come out.
By the way, have you ever, who started the Proud Boys?
No, someone, a Puerto
Come
Rican.
on. Gavin McInnes of Vice
right, of Vice.
magazine. Do you remember this guy? So back when we were doing the Baffler, they were, it was this sort of a rival publication. Of course, they went a lot farther than we did. But
Christ.
that really makes me laugh. Like one of these guys from the world of alternative media. Matt needs to weigh in on this. Matt, what do you?
Matt Scott.
Mr. Matt Taibbi, what does it say to you that one of the founders of Vice magazine became the leader of the Proud Boys?
Is that true?
Yeah, Gavin McInnes. Hell yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Wait, who's Harry's?
It's really inexplicable.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait.
I mean, but there's this whole.
History
I was saying to Katie, Matt, but she's too young and she doesn't remember. And these like when I was doing the Baffler, there was this side of like indie culture that was, as Katie would put it, fascist curious.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I mean
President Trump and
it was all about like being experimental and shocking the bourgeoisie and all this shit. But really, it was just fascism.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't talk because I have I kind of came from a little bit of that tradition.
They're talking about Coney Barrett.
Coney Barrett. Oh, here we go.
A sizable American family, he said.
You and others. But we hope she gets a fair hearing. And we particularly hope that we don't see the kind of
Unlike
attacks on
this guy's really boring.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you look at him and you instantly are thinking about something else because you can't focus.
I'm just thinking of Race Bannon, was behind the machine guns,
Brian Frederick pointed out that Harris shamelessly promoted a false Russian bounty story with its no regard for the truth.
Judicial nominees.
Harris,
there was an autocorrect.
Oh wait, here we go. So he's going to bust bigotry on her, anti-Catholic bigotry. Yes, there it is.
There we go.
What did he say?
Hearing takes place.
Thank you, Vice President.
What did he say? Oh, the bigotry, anti-Christian?
Anti-Catholic.
Yeah,
anti-Catholic.
but she's not a Catholic. I'm offended.
No. He's taking umbrage on behalf of Amy of Coney Barrett.
Right, but he should be mad because she's not a real Catholic. She's like Catholic faith.
Who is?
Did you say Faith?
Oh, is she? Is that right?
She's part of the Praise to the People or
Would you
something.
want your home state to enact?
They're not
no
officially
restrictions
Catholic. They're like
on
Catholic
access to
curious.
And you
They're
have
Catholics. They're a sub-Catholic sect.
But that
First of all,
Catholic
Joe Biden and I are
Catholicism
both
is
people of faith,
faith. Oy.
and it's insulting to suggest
Insulting.
Other-
that we would knock anyone for their faith. And in
She's
fact,
married to a
Joe,
Jewish man,
if
right? He's
elected,
Jewish,
will
right?
be only
That's
the
why
second practicing Catholic
Oh my God.
as president of the United States.
And
Wait, what?
She's saying, in fact, Joe Biden is himself a Catholic, and it's preposterous to criticize him on those grounds.
27 days for the decision about who will be the next president of the United States.
Pence left the Catholic Church. Yeah, he became he tried to be a WASP.
It's been about election year or election time.
Well,
But
it was a career move.
Yeah. Remember,
I'm a WASP. I believe I'm the only WASP here on this, but I'm a WASP.
You are.
I'm a WASP second class.
Wait, do you remember
wait.
when?
Very clear.
How does that work?
Saxon Protestant, not Anglo. We're Krauts.
Oh,
you're
you're
Protestants and white and pretty Saxon. But,
Important
yeah.
to you.
Right.
you
Right.
remember? Do you guys know
But
that
yes,
Robert
it'll be more
Novak
serious. There's the issue of choice,
converted
and I will always fight for a woman's
From
right
what to what?
her own body. It
From
should be
what?
her
Come
decision,
on.
not
Well,
that of
Katie,
Dr.
people do that in this country all the time, just
But
so
he
you know.
doesn't
What
pass.
else is before
He's
the
Jewish and he does
court?
not
It's the
pass.
Affordable
Have you
Care
seen?
Act.
Okay, I can say this.
Literally,
It's not like
Wait, wait.
it's
Kamala
hilarious.
Harris is making her pitch here.
10,000 people have died.
We just got a
and
pitch.
7 million people probably
Let's
have
do it,
what
Matt.
will be in the future considered a
I'm invited to
pre-existing
Canada.
condition because
All
of
right, Ampex.
But Matt, you're too old. They
Donald
don't.
Trump
They
is
won't
a
let
Yeah, they
you
won't
in.
let me in. Yeah.
Affordable
Yeah.
Care Act.
Matt
And I
has
said it before.
an axe to
There is
grind.
this
Wait, she
meeting
somehow moved this to Obamacare.
that there will be no more protections if they win for people with pre-existing conditions. This means that over
Shake that
20
head,
million
Mike.
will lose your coverage.
But Mike, what about the free market? The free market wouldn't protect people for pre-existing conditions. Come on, buddy. What would the market do? Let's do it. What would market do? WWMD.
Biden's saying, "Look,
What would your
stand-
friend market do? What a friend we have in markets. I'm sorry, I'll shut up.
Let's bring down PM.
He is thinking that.
But I
just
love
realized
that. I love that we went
Margaret
straight from
Thatcher.
religion to.
Margaret Thatcher.
You know,
Margaret.
you mentioned earlier, Vice President Pence, that the president was committed
What knot is that he's wearing, by the way?
to existing
That is a
conditions.
double Windsor, by the way. That
It is
not-
a double Windsor, right?
Yeah, that's like Ronald Reagan tied those, but he's done a really shitty job because the
Because
dimple
it shouldn't have the double
the dimple
fold
should
in
be
there.
right. Well, no, it should, but the dimple has to be right in the middle. You don't wear it's not like that.
Oh, I
I'm-
see.
This is high school debate speaking here. We knew all about this crap, the different knots that you tied, and
I was going to
Yeah.
say.
I was going
Is
to
that-
say, is that WASP? Is that, are
administration.
you letting your WASP?
that's
Well,
not
I mean-
WASP. That's not WASP. That's high school debate. That's what that is.
Oh, high school debate. Well, isn't high
Like-
school debate WASP?
Is
Most
part-
politicians
No.
will wear the half Windsor or the four in hand or whatever.
Or
but
the four in
that
hand is
looks-
what you want to go with. Yeah. So my debate
Yeah.
partner and I, we would buy these. This is in the early '80s. We'd buy these tab collar shirts, and we had this picture of
I
Herbert
was
Hoover
thinking
that we really liked.
Okay, sorry.
And we would
Sorry.
try to look like Herbert Hoover. So we tie the tightest four in hand knot you could, and then you squeeze it in the collar. The tab collar is just this little narrow thing.
Oh my God! Look, I'm doing the one of the Harris hand moves. I didn't even realize it.
They want to
But Thomas,
Planned Parenthood.
We brought you up.
America.
Okay.
Now, for our
I'm just the four in hand is too complicated for me to do. I could
No,
never
that's
do
the
that.
easiest. That's the easiest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I thought of my favorite gesture. We're speaking of
Which
high
one?
school
What-
debate.
what-
We used
what
to
is
do
it?
this in high school debate.
sort of an answer. So
What's that mean? Wait.
Clap your hands out as far as they can be in front of your body.
That's about packing the
There
court.
were 29 vacancies on the Supreme Court during presidential election years from George Washington to Barack Obama. Presidents have nominated in all 29 cases. But your party is actually openly advocating adding seats to the Supreme Court, which has had 9 seats for 150 years.
Hi, Trey, bro.
If you don't get your way. This is a classic case of if you can't win by the rules, you're going to change the rules. Now, you've refused to answer the question. Joe Biden has refused to answer the question. So I think the American people would really like to know.
Ooh, he's doing
It's confirmed.
the lawyer
Warren,
thing, looking
sounds
with the
like
jury
Warren
at the
again.
critical moment.
Joe Biden, if somehow you win this election,
This
Somehow?
is so bad. Just the visuals. This guy has to lose. It's so
Okay, wait.
dreadful.
Okay, let's see what you're
Just
gonna
a
say.
little more.
Ooh.
In 1864,
well, I'd like you to answer.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
here
she's
she
Rachel Maddow.
goes. Go get him.
in 1864,
Rachel Maddow.
one of the, I think, political heroes, certainly of the president, I assume if you also, Mr. Vice President, is Abraham Lincoln.
Mhm.
Oh, snap.
Abraham
Mhm.
Lincoln was up for
A
re-election
little guy
Here
named
it
Abraham
comes.
Lincoln.
27 days before the
Yeah,
election.
yeah.
And a seat became open on the United States Supreme Court.
Mm.
Abraham Lincoln's party was in charge not only of the White House, but the Senate.
She prepared for this one.
Thanks, Trey Brooks.
Sad.
Thank you for the.
It's not
for
the
that.
right thing to do. The American people deserve to make the decision about who will be the next president. of
Oh,
the
she
United
was prepared. It's pretty
States,
good.
And then that person can select who will serve for a lifetime
She read the
on
Jackman
the
article.
highest court of our land. And so
Thomas
Joe
Frank
and I are
became
very
Papa
clear.
Shark
The
with that
American
move.
people are voting right now. And it should be their decision about who will serve on this most important body for a lifetime.
Thank you,
And
Senator
the
Harris.
people, Susan, are voting right now. They'd
Susan,
like to know.
fuck Lincoln.
Susan.
Going to pack the Supreme
To hell with that.
Court. You don't get your way in.
Fuck that.
Oh, let's talk about packing.
Answer. Joe Biden gave a
I'm
non-answer.
trying to answer you
The American
now.
people deserve a straight answer. And if you haven't figured it out yet, the straight answer is they are going to pack the Supreme Court if they somehow win this election. Men and women.
So he's a terrible. What he does, what Trump never does. He never concedes the possibility of losing.
Right.
The Biden-Harris ticket.
He just doesn't have.
Hey, what do you guys think about all the sort of liberal chatter about Trump? The fears of Trump refusing to step down if he loses.
Talk about
Oh,
I
wait,
don't
hold
buy
on.
it, but
I think Trump will refuse to concede because he's just an asshole. But on Inauguration Day, he'll be down at Mar-a-Lago. He'll be gone.
exactly. Yeah, I think he'll be there the day after.
Now he might boycott the Biden inauguration,
He'll be there the day before.
because he's such a prick. But he's going to lose, and he's going to be escorted off the premises.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have to be escorted.
He'll breathe on people's
And do you
faces.
know-
So,
Sorry, such a basic
Tom, I'm
statement.
actually interested to hear your thought on this because my theory is that Trump never intended to win.
Yeah,
That he-
no,
that he ran-
I think that's pretty well established. It was an accident.
They've been doing.
Right?
You wanna talk
And
Yeah.
I don't think he actually. I think neither
Let's
he
talk about
nor
it.
his wife nor anybody. I think they were kind of ambivalent about actually
Oh, Rachel
taking
does this, by the way.
She
Sorry.
never answered.
taking power, right?
But
So
Joe
I don't think they're
Joe Biden was
terribly going to be terribly upset about not being there anymore.
Yeah, that he can finally, go do his TV show or his TV network or whatever the hell it is.
She just
Taking
said
gazillions of dollars.
After police
Breonna
officers
Taylor.
executing a search warrant in a narcotics investigation broke into her apartment.
God, I hate this story.
The police said they identified themselves. Taylor's boyfriend said he
Yeah,
did
this is
the
just, it's outrageous.
used a gun registered to him to fire a shot, which wounded an officer. The officers then fired more than 20 rounds into the apartment.
It's also it's annoying because the real
Can't
problem
joke
with the
about this.
story is
Senator Harris
that they do these warrants for
was justice done.
stuff like this, right? So
What was the warrant for?
So they were. She was the ex-girlfriend of a drug dealer who was a pretty serious bad dude. Like he left a dead body in a rental car. Like it was. They got a search warrant that was expanded to all these other. Not
So
just
she
his
had
house.
nothing to do with it.
No, and so they give these cops the job of serving the warrant, and they have rules of engagement for it. But the wrongness of the decision was doing the warrant in the first place.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
All of this, like, extreme cop crackdown. It just drives me. It's been driving me crazy ever since I could first think about it back in the 80s and the 90s. And it pisses me off that Biden is one of the. I mean, we're in this sort of great sort of. We're finally figuring this out, and we're thinking about it, and we're turning around. And who's the Democratic nominee? It's one of the guys responsible for it. I mean, it's so screwed up and ironic.
Did you ever see the? Oh, go ahead. Yeah. No.
Well, I was just saying she's not particularly clean on this either.
No.
I didn't realize she sent. I didn't realize she actually prosecuted around truancy. I thought she officially would, but I didn't know she literally did.
Condone violence.
I actually don't know the details in that. Is that true?
Yeah.
For the values.
Remember we watched that video, Katie, of Biden talking about how he wanted to.
Oh, the best moment.
Yeah, it's like bulldoze crack houses, and he was talking about how there wasn't a law that allowed them to do that, and he's like, we got to find the rationale.
Which then
that's almost Trumpian,
Right?
Yeah, find me the law so I can prosecute him.
Way too intellectual for Trump.
Compare that to the Obama administration versus the Wall Street, executives in the financial.
Oh my God!
It's like where's that spirit then? Find me the law so I can bust these guys. It's we all actually know what the law is, sir.
I know. I mean, they had Lanny Brewer making the criminal decisions, and that guy.
The bankers are a sort of higher species of man than other ordinary citizens. There, because if you prosecute them, it'll cause this. It'll cause
collateral consequences.
Yeah, and it's like no, Lanny, you're not prosecuting the banks. You're prosecuting the bankers. There's a difference.
And the family has our sympathies. But I trust our justice system.
Oh my
A
God.
grand jury that refused the evidence.
He's whispering.
And it really is remarkable.
He's
that
like
as a
Corky
former
Sinclair.
Prosecutor, you would assume that an impaneled grand jury looking at all the evidence got it wrong.
Prosecutor.
You're entitled to your opinion,
Who said it?
Senator.
Okay, enough with that.
It's actually good. It's good.
With regard to George
said it
Floyd,
3,000
there's no
times.
excuse for what happened to George Floyd.
Hopefully he's
Justice
looking
will be
down
served.
at us from above.
But there's also no excuse.
Remember Trump
for
said that?
rioting
Cheering for the
and
Dow
looting.
Jones Industrial
Yeah.
Average.
I mean, it really is astonishing. Flora Westbrook is with us here tonight in Salt Lake City.
Who?
This few weeks
Uh-uh.
ago, I stood at what used to
Hi,
be
Vasemir.
her salon
Oh
was
God, this
burned to
is.
the
Oh
ground
no, it's not the salon owner.
by
It's-
rioters and looters. And Flora is still trying to put her life back together. And I must tell you,
I must tell you.
this presumption that you hear consistently from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, that America is systemically racist, and that, as Joe Biden said, that he believes that law enforcement has an implicit bias against minorities.
It's not law enforcement. It's everyone. Minorities.
The men and women-
Is
Minorities.
that a fly on his head? Has he got a fly on his head?
Oh my God. Oh
he
my
does.
God. Oh
That's
my God.
awesome.
Great.
We got to
That's
drink to that
amazing.
fly.
Yeah, let's drink to that fly. You guys, wait, Matt, he's a moth dying
When
of
Senator
natural
Tim
causes.
Scott
No, he's a
tried to
moth.
pass
Well,
a
it is
police
natural
reform
causes.
bill,
He's a
brought
moth
together
dying
a
of
group of Republicans and Democrats. Senator Harris,
fly consumption
Yeah,
You
the
gotta-
fly, it's feasting on his dying.
on his necrotic head.
It's
all-
trapped.
it's
It's
all the
stuck in his
product.
helmet.
It's all the
Right.
product that he's got.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
the product.
I guarantee you that damn thing, it
He's
landed.
stuck.
It landed. It's just like,
Can't get out.
here's some,
Can't get
here's
out.
some nice cotton candy. And he's got
It
so
can't get
much
out.
hairspray.
He's
Oh my God, this is
We
a
should
great
do a
moment in
close-up.
the history of
Watch it.
debates.
Watch it struggle and rise.
We need a close up. Come on,
Yeah.
camera
I know.
4.
Hold on.
record
Let me do a
flying
screenshot. Let me do a quick screenshot. Oh my God.
choice for all of
That's
America.
amazing.
Look, it's stuck.
I don't think he has any idea. That's how hard.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, because
he,
it's-
did he flip it to school choice. He did. He to
Well,
charter schools. Did you
Yeah,
see
but
that?
that's,
Personally,
What?
Uh
everything from child sexual assault to homicide.
oh. Wait, is she
I'm the
Q?
only
Is that
one
a
on
Q
the stage
reference?
with
That was
No,
a
she's
cue
talking about how
reference.
she's tough.
I know.
Take
I know.
advantage of America.
The fly is stuck.
It's still there. Someone, PETA needs to rush the stage.
Taking advantage of our veterans.
Is somebody timing this? This
The
is the
reality-
greatest thing that's
Yeah,
ever
you're right.
happened in
It
a
really is.
debate.
You guys, wait, hold on. Can we just have a moment to acknowledge
It's
the
crawling.
symbolism?
God,
The
is it
symbolism of this?
moving?
Is it moving?
Is it a spider?
You guys,
And
isn't this
refuse
the
to
best
condemn
metaphor? Bernie
white
Sanders has a
And
bird land while he's talking. Fidel Castro has a dove land on his shoulder, which I
Mike
thought
Pence attracts flies.
fly. Well, flies are attracted to shit, right?
Yeah.
Also, I mean, you know, classical
There you
painting,
go.
if you put it, when painters put a fly on the body, it was supposed to represent corruption.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's just they stink.
Mhm. Oh, it's gone.
Oh,
Oh.
You know what? That's resistance. That fly is the resistance. That fly is the hero of the resistance. Hope someone wrote hope for the fly. It's wearing a mask.
Did somebody time that? How long that
No.
fly was on the...
You're so
A young woman
No.
was
We'll
We gotta
be able
go
to-
back and
Yeah,
find
we do,
out.
yeah.
Neo-Nazis.
The fly's
carrying
15 minutes of
torches,
fame.
shouting racial epithets.
Does the fly have a name yet?
Well, but
Anti-Semitic
Obama, when he got the fly in
slurs.
his thigh, he killed it right away. It was very.
That's right. Remember Obama like actually nailed one
He
with his
swatted
like
it.
that?
Yeah, it was very
No,
impressive.
he didn't
and I
swat
don't
it. He
even
grabbed
like
it. He grabbed it.
No, he didn't grab it. No,
Yeah,
you're
he did. I
confusing
think he
it.
did because it was like it
No,
was impressive.
Swatted it. He swatted it on his thigh.
And recognizes beauty.
I think you're thinking. Ah, what
Oh
happened?
no!
Oh my God, what happened?
It's been called on account of fly.
Oh,
What
because
happened?
hold on. It was testing me. to
It
see if
timed
I
out. You were
walked
watching it on C-SPAN or what?
Yeah, I'm watching C-SPAN. Yeah. Which
There's
is a-
already like...
the fly.
2020.
All great garages
Sorry.
start from the
Oh
ground
my
up.
God! Now you got to watch the ads. Yeah,
Race deck
for Mitt
garage
Romney's garage.
Decade ago.
Yeah. Oh, for
Side
Daryl
of
Issa.
The debate over monuments.
Well, that's a good freeze
He
frame.
condemned the KKK,
Oh.
neo-Nazis, and white supremacists, and has done so.
Twitter is going nuts over the fly.
You're concerned that he doesn't condemn.
We were there. We were with moths
President
before.
There are pictures you can see its
Jewish
wings splayed and
grandchildren.
everything.
He's playing the Jewish grandchildren.
Fly 2020 hashtag.
My dad texted me. My dad texted me.
Thank
Ready?
you.
But
He
I
texts
really need
me.
to make this point. When you were DA in
Here we go.
My
You
mom
left
goes, there was a
office.
black spot in Pence's hair.
African-Americans
My
are
dad goes, that was
19
a fly.
times
They're
more
attracted
likely
to
be
shit.
prosecuted for minor.
That's exactly right.
When you were
This
Oh!
is great.
Oh,
you
this is it. This is my drink moment. He's
What?
busting out. He's going after her for prosecuting
Oh, yeah,
low-level
this is
drug
right.
offenders.
They're
Bing,
doing
bing, 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 bing. Everybody
I
else
know,
can
yeah.
Tried
shut.
that last time.
First
Wait,
step back
Tom,
on Capitol Hill.
Tom, did you see
The-
last
the
time when
reality
I
is your
when
record
I
speaks
Thank you,
for
Vice
itself.
President.
President Trump and I
anticipated
have fought
to a
for
T
criminal
that he
justice
said
Thank you,
reform,
Vice
he would
President.
mention
fought
super
for educational
predators?
choice and
Yeah,
opportunities.
he both went after Biden for the 94
Biden
crime
said
bill,
it's
and
about-
then in the same
Right.
little moment attacked him for
Not
being
liking
soft
Law and
on
Order.
crime.
Law and Order, yeah. Yeah.
It's,
So,
Wait.
Matt, someone
You're
writes,
gonna let
Sunny
them
Law
talk?
writes fly splaining.
Let
Fly
me give you 30
splaining.
seconds because we're running out of
I
time.
appreciate that.
Is the fly on her? Somebody said the fly's on her.
I don't know,
Having
but fly
served
splaining is a
as the
thing.
Attorney General of the state of California,
Here we
the
go.
work
What's
that
she
I
going to
did
say?
is a model of what our nation needs to do, and we will be able to do under.
Oh, the captions. Thanks.
Joe
Sorry.
Biden
Sorry about that. Let
presidency.
me do it now.
Our agenda includes what this administration has failed to do. It will be
Sorry.
Oh my God.
instituted.
I was looking into the caption settings.
Holes.
Thank you.
Not only,
Thank you, Senator.
I would
Harris.
like to go through.
These are points that you made earlier in the hour, and I want to talk about the election.
Oh, ouch.
Talk about
Ouch.
and what Joe and I
Yeah,
did
good.
in my record,
Good for her.
which includes I was the first statewide officer to institute a requirement that my agents would wear body cameras and keep them on full time. We were the first to initiate a requirement that there would be a training for law enforcement on implicit bias because yes, Joe Biden and I recognize that implicit bias does exist, Mr. Vice President. Contrary
He's
to what
so
you may
ugly.
believe.
I'm sorry.
We did the
He's
work.
ugly.
He's
How
really
can you
ugly.
say that about Race Bannon, the hero of my childhood?
This
That
is the
guy
work-
could kick ass.
work we would do forward.
He
And you
has-
always wear turtlenecks.
It looks
No, it was a kind of a Russian shirt. It buttoned like this. Remember down the side?
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
he's so, it
And he
looks
was,
like
that dude was handy with a AK-47 or M16 or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah.
First, I'd like you
I
to
don't think Mike Pence is.
question on our
Did he
final
serve?
election itself.
Uh-oh.
President Trump has several times refused to commit himself
Oh.
to a peaceful transfer of power.
Who's
Oh, here we
hosting
go.
this thing?
The big one.
No.
It wins. And President Trump refuses to accept a peaceful transfer
Did she
of
lift
power.
punch in that last one, by the way?
Steps would you and Vice President
I'm gonna get a
Kind-
beer.
No,
I'll be right
I think
back.
she actually didn't. I think she may have
We
right
have 2
punched.
minutes.
Actually,
Possible.
I want to hear what Pence's
Yeah.
answer
Joe
is
and
to
I
this.
are particularly proud of the coalition that we've built around.
She sounds like a
We
handmaiden.
probably have one of the broadest coalitions of folks that you've ever seen in a presidential race. Of course, we have
Folks.
the support of Democrats, but also,
She has that.
in fact,
She's
have
built
that.
that. Oh my God.
We.
President
Okay.
George W. Bush's cabinet are supporting
Oh.
our ticket. We have the support of.
Wait, are we like we like George Bush now?
Oh,
Is
you
that-
say that? He's great.
Over
Say
5
that? Oh, yes,
He's
that's right.
He said,
generals, retired generals, and former national security experts and advisors are supporting our campaign. And I believe they are doing that because they know.
But
The
Matt,
fly
you were,
is like
asking,
the
you were
fire
asking
drill.
earlier. We were talking about the two parties changing positions. Like all of these Bush people going over to the D's that's part of it. You know.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Integrity back to
from Crystal.
And so
Yep.
You know.
we believe in the
Yep.
American
mean-
No, the Democrats are much happier to have
Here's what I'd
them
like to
than
say,
like say me.
Of course. Yeah. Look at you know, it's exile, wandering the wilds of whatever. But they want all those people on the front lines.
7 days.
David Frum is like he's like the
He's
king
like
of
the-
hashtag
yeah,
resistant
yeah.
Twitter.
and Rick Wilson. He's my favorite.
Oh yeah, too, yeah. Although I have to say, Rick Wilson actually did once say something funny.
But what the point is that the Democrats
He called Bernie Sanders
either
a-
are becoming or will soon start becoming the Republicans, like sort of a Bush senior, or maybe even Bush Republicans. That's
Right.
just who they're becoming.
Yeah,
They're
sort of,
already
Trish-
they're already the Eisenhower Republicans. Didn't Obama say that if he had been 50 years before, he'd have been a Republican?
Right. And the irony is Bernie's more like Eisenhower than any of those people, but
Well, in policy terms.
right, yeah,
Nobody thinks in those terms anymore.
right.
After the
Matt,
election.
look, someone asked
If Vice
my
President
thoughts on the
Biden is
fly
declared the
lobby.
winner and
We're gonna have to
President
talk
Trump
about that
refuses
on the
to
next
accept
Useful
his peaceful
Idiots.
transfer
I
of
mean, the
power,
fly is like
would be your
crushing
role
Twitter right now.
Yeah, of
as
course.
vice president? What would you personally do?
I still can't believe that happened. Is
Oh
there
wait,
anything
here
that
we go. He has to answer the big question here.
Because while Joe Biden and Kamala Harris rattle off a long litany of the establishment in Washington, D.C., an establishment that Joe Biden's been a part of for 47 years, President Donald Trump has launched a movement of everyday Americans from every walk of life. And I have every confidence the same Americans that delivered that historic victory in 2016, they see this president's record where we rebuild our
Because those stone Phillipisms.
economy through tax cuts and rolling back regulation, fighting for fair trade, unleashing American energy.
There we go.
To our federal courts at every level. And we stood with the men and women of law enforcement every single day. And I think that movement of Americans has only grown stronger in the last 4 years. But when you talk about accepting the outcome of the election, I must tell you, Senator, your party has spent the last 3.5 years trying to overturn the results of the last election.
Ooh.
He's got a point to that, but
Yeah. No, the interesting twist.
The FBI actually spied on President Trump and my campaign.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there were documents released this week that the CIA actually made a referral.
Where were those
To the
released?
FBI documenting.
Who released them? Were they
Right.
WikiLeaks?
coming from
no, it's they declassified them, and they're pretty fucked up actually. But
course they are.
they're not being.
I just want them
informed
to pardon Snowden.
for the better part of 3 years until it was found that there was no obstruction, no collusion, case closed.
I can't believe the Bounty
Senator
Gate
Harris,
thing.
you and your colleagues in
Oh, I know.
Congress
I mean, people don't realize how easy that is to do. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
over
you
a
know.
phone call. And now Hillary Clinton has actually said to Joe Biden that in her words, under no circumstances should he concede the election. So let me just say, I think we're going to win this election.
It's the nicest thing I ever heard her
Yeah,
say.
of course he's going to weasel out of this.
Kamala Harris from changing the rules and creating this universal mail-in voting will create a massive opportunity for voter fraud. We have a free and fair election.
How come we're not drinking for voter fraud?
Oh, we should. We can drink the voter fraud.
I'm getting a beer. I'll be right back.
I've written all the questions that I've asked tonight, but for the final question of the debate, I'd like to read a question that someone else wrote. The Utah Debate Commission asked students in the state to write essays about what they would like to ask you. And I want to close tonight's debate with the question posed by Brecklin Brown. She's an 8th grader at Springville Junior High in Springville, Utah. And here's what she wrote, quote,
You guys suck.
all I see is arguing.
What's
between
Podunkadunk?
Republicans. When I watch the news,
Oh.
all I see is citizen fighting against citizen. When I watch the news, all I see is candidates from parties trying to tear each other
Oh my
down.
God.
If our leaders can't get along, how are the citizens supposed to?
Somebody wrote that fly was Pence's first black friend.
Oh my God. Who wrote that?
On Twitter.
That was on Twitter.
Vice President,
Brecklin, it's a wonderful question.
What did he say? Recklin? Oh,
I
Franklin.
just commend you for taking an interest in public life.
What a weirdo.
I started.
That was such a
following
weird.
the news when I
Oh,
was
he's talking
very
to the
young.
kid. He didn't mention
in
his uncle
America,
cop. I'm really
We
upset.
believe in a free and open exchange of debate.
Oh, is this the dismount?
Oh,
Is this
he
the-
believes in a free and open exchange.
We've created literally the freest and
literally.
history of the world.
He meant figurative. Oh, is that a trigger? Is that a word?
That's a me rule. I didn't put it in the
What?
list.
Oh,
But
yeah.
What you're seeing on your local news networks is synonymous with the American
it
people.
was thingamajig.
I look at the relationship between Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the late justice who we just lost from the Supreme Court, and the late Justice Antonin Scalia. They were on polar opposites on the Supreme Court of the
But they
United
went
States. One very
to
liberal,
the
one very
opera together.
conservative. But what's been learned since her passing was the two of them and their families.
We're having an affair.
What do you mean since they're
In
passing?
America, we
Since
can
they're
disagree.
passing,
We can debate
People talked about that all the
vigorously, Senator Harris
time. What did they
and
think? They opened
on
up
the stage
her
tonight.
diary and found out that she
When
she
the
went to the
debate is
opera
over,
with
We come together
Scalia?
as Americans.
It was a secret.
You in big cities and
We
small
all knew
towns
about
across
it.
this country. So I just
She
want
took it with her to the grave.
I want to tell you that we're going to work every day to have government as good as our people. And the American people each and every day love a good debate.
Come on,
I don't
Tom.
think
This
I
is
can- I
back
don't
in the
think I
days
can
when
stand
politics
this
were
guy.
boring than like this.
No, this is just too boring, and it it makes me think, you guys, what are we going to do when Trump is
Senator Harris,
gone?
what would you say
What are we going to
mean,
write
well,
about?
I know.
Are you kidding? Well, no, we'll have a lot to write about.
I'd love
It's
to.
what
I
the
mean-
Oh yeah,
Democrats
but nobody will publish it. Like you want to criticize Democrats? Sorry.
Ruth Bader Scalia.
It is that perspective on who we are and who we should be that is a sign of leadership and is something we should all aspire to be. And that, that brings me to Joe. Joe Biden, one of the reasons that Joe decided to run for president is after
Joe.
which we talked about earlier.
Charlottesville. I went to college in
Wait, did she
Charlottesville.
ask? Oh, you did?
Yeah. Did I tell you guys this story? So I went to college there, and it was
Where?
it
What
was
school?
University of Virginia,
Oh.
and it's Jefferson, and
4 years.
and my dad is getting up there in years, and he often thinks that I'm still in college, and he's been hearing all these stories about Charlottesville on the news, and he gets concerned about me.
Oh my goodness.
And he's like, is that stuff still going on? Are they really like neo-Nazis marching around? I'm like, it happened once. I doubt they'll ever come back, and I wasn't there.
I was out of school for a while by that time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
back in the
good.
80s. Yeah.
Because of your leadership.
That's kind of sad.
And it
Yeah.
will be because we fight for each person's voice.
Uh-oh.
through
It
their
says
vote,
thousands of
and we get
misprinted
engaged in this election
voter
because
registration
you
forms
have the
sent in North
ability
Carolina
through
were mailed by a
your
private
work
firm, not the
and
state election board, according to
eventually your
ABC and
vote.
CBS.
Thank you,
to
Senator
determine the future of our country and what its leadership looks like.
Biden
you.
voted for Scalia. Is that right?
That's what someone says. We got to check on that. Let's do a
Oh
little
my
fact
God!
check.
Well, but the thing is that nobody's going to go after Harris for that, of course,
Most of all,
because
thank
it's it's Pence.
you to watch this debate tonight.
Is there a fly hashtag already? Let's see. Hang on.
The First Lady and everyone who is battling COVID-19. The second presidential debate is next week on October 15th.
Thank you.
I'm here to
Hashtag
tell you, I
fly.
don't think that's going to happen. What do you think, guys? There's not going to be any more debates. I think this is the last. I doubt we will see another one for a long time. You remember after the one with Kennedy and Nixon, there wasn't another one until Carter and Ford 16 years later.
What happened?
Is that true?
Yeah, well, Johnson, there's no way in hell he was going to debate Goldwater, and Nixon was. I don't know what happened in
Look at
68.
Mother. Mother got really much. She got much. She got like spiffied up.
Wait, Nixon didn't debate Humphrey?
No. And then of course he didn't debate McGovern,
McGovern.
but Ford did debate
no
Carter.
mask on Mother, guys. No mask on Mother.
Well,
That was an epically boring debate. Makes me really.
Yeah, you're not kidding. That was some kind of boredom. Oh well, guys.
I mean, I think
that's what they make this stuff for, right?
Yeah, I think Pence he took a dive, don't you think?
Well, he has to balance out the asshole somehow. He has to be in some way the.
What's his name in Back to the Future? Fly? What's his name?
McFly.
Oh,
Marty McFly.
Yeah, Marty McFly.
The hashtag Marty McFly.
And Joy.
Yeah.
By the way, I looked up their houses. I watched that movie again the other day.
We talked about it with we just talked about it with David Sirota, who mentions you a lot.
Well, that's nice of him. But I was watching that, and you ever get a good look at the houses that they live in? They're these beautiful architectural like gems.
In the 50s or in the modern
50s,
times?
Houses they all live in the 50s. So George and what's his girlfriend's name? Becomes the mom.
Oh,
I forget her name. But anyhow, even the bully live in these beautiful houses, and of course the professor, what's his name, Brown,
Doc Brown.
Lives in he lives in a house that's like a designated monument or something. I looked it all up because I was like, how come this guy is supposed to be such a loser, George McFly, but he clearly, he comes from a family that lives in this really extravagant home.
Flygate.
That's hilarious. Yeah. And then, well, we were talking about that today, how they romanticized what the 50s were like, instead of like,
but they're also making fun. Like, you remember the scene that made everybody laugh in theaters? Are you old enough, Matt, that I saw it when it came out? And the scene that made everybody laugh was when a car pulls into the gas station and all the attendants come running out and they check the air and they check the oil and all this kind of thing. And people would go, ha, 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 ha.
Right.
Nobody did that in the 50s. Come on. That's really expensive to have like 5 guys just standing around at the gas station all day checking people's tires for free. No.
They didn't do that? Because I mean, I was just watching
they would do it if you asked.
You
asked. They would check the oil if you asked, but no, they're not going to run up and start working on your car for free. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, just visions of the past are always distorted. And it's do you remember Mad Men?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was that's actually a subject I know something about, the advertising industry, right? In the 50s and 60s, that was my dissertation. And it was just like the most bizarre misrepresentations of what people were like back then. Well,
were they more chauvinistic, less, or
no, much less, especially the average Matt, this, the ad industry is traditionally very liberal. And I mean, at some point, I even wrote about this for Harper's. It got me so pissed off. At some point, one of the ad men is says something that is openly anti-Semitic to a Jewish client. And they all are like, nobody says anything. It's like, no, he would have got fired for that.
Right.
I mean, that's a career ender. You do something like that.
Why? Because
that's the client. You just fucking insult.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So they made it seem like.
That's just how people were back then. Well, it's a little
more
complicated.
Right. Oh, because class. You mean because the class stuff?
I mean,
it's just that they would have.
I'm
the thing is that they're trying to. We always, the past isn't just this knowable thing, right? And so people exaggerate parts of it. And I've written this book, guys, and I know you don't want to hear about it again, but it's about how we misunderstand and misinterpret the past. Yeah. And it's like American historians have argued about populism for 100 years. I mean, they go on and on and on and on and on.
Right.
So, by the way, Mad Men, this was my dissertation, The Conquest of Cool. Here, I have artifacts of all my
I'm
books.
not drunk as hell. I'm sick.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a 7-Up.
You don't remember the Cola?
It's when 7-Up got hip. So the argument of the book is how all these mainstream brands become hip. In the late 60s, and that's my favorite one was always 7-Up.
Because they marketed themselves as the
anti-Coke, the anti-Pepsi. So Coke and Pepsi were both trying to out-cool each other. Coke was like the people on a hill singing, "I'd like to buy the world a Coke," and then the Pepsi had it was called, you might remember this, Matt. You've got a lot to live, and Pepsi's got a lot to give.
Oh yeah.
It was like right out of Woodstock, right? And then 7-Up is like, we can beat both of you with the Uncola, the nonconformist soda pop.
Except it's 7-Up was a Coke product, right?
Not back then. No, it was independent.
Oh, okay. It was independent. Yeah. Okay.
Right. It was one of my things. I found I tracked down their old advertising agency and was interviewing these people that worked on the account. Anyhow.
Oh, that's excellent.
I'm an old man and nobody cares.
All right. Well, no, people do care. Sparky writes gas stations checked oil. So they
did check oil. And they actually will check your oil to this day, but you have to ask them to do it.
Someone's asking what the difference between a White Russian and a Caucasian is. There's no difference. That's what a White Russian is.
Those are drinks, right? Oh, by the way, you guys were asking about the drink for the, what is it? The punch left, the hippie punch. the
Yeah.
hippie puncher.
Yeah.
So the other day I go to these estate sales and I buy old liquor, antique liquor, because it doesn't go bad. And I got this bottle of Galliano, it's like this big. Wait, here.
Oh, one of those things.
Yeah, it's like this Italian liqueur. And it turns out, and I just bought it because like, why not, right? And it's from the 70s. You can figure out the date on it. It was from 1974, and it's the main ingredient in It was actually, but it's the main ingredient in the Harvey Wallbanger.
Is it really?
It is.
Galliano,
which was the great cocktail of the 1970s, right? The Harvey Wallbanger.
I've never had a Harvey Wallbanger. What is it?
It tastes exactly like remember those orange popsicles called creamsicles?
Oh yeah, creamsicles.
It tastes exactly like that, only you get drunk really fast.
That sounds really dangerous.
What's the worst cocktail you've ever had?
Oh man,
Fernet Franco. What is Fernet Branco? What is that? That's kind of gross.
That's kind of gross. But so when I was in
I know what
graduate school, so my friends and I tried to invent cocktails. We really didn't know what we were doing, and a lot of them involved this stuff that you used to be able to get in the grocery store in Chicago. I don't think you can anymore. It was called kraut juice.
Oh, is that cannibalism for you?
It's what's left over after they make the sauerkraut and all that. And so we tried to make different drinks with this.
Ew.
They were pretty vile.
It's fermented, right? I mean, it's fermented.
Yeah, it's fermented, and people drink it to help with hangovers. So we thought it would be a good cocktail ingredient. And so then a couple of years ago, I have this Kansas City barbecue, right? And so I have all these barbecue sauces. So I thought, let's make a cocktail with barbecue sauce.
That's horrific.
It was. It sure was. But we tried everything: bourbon, and barbecue sauce, and they make the blood.
Yeah, I'm very pro Tabasco.
But do you have a bar?
That's me and my friends. They come over to the house and we do this.
Oh, okay, got it. Wait, Martin Rad goes, we live in an alternative timeline where
Biff is president. That's
Brown.
what it is in Back to the Future 2, right?
Wait, what happens in Back to the Future 2?
He meets like this Donald Trump character. It's Biff. Biff becomes this kind of Donald Trump character.
Right.
And he's a total asshole.
Right. Have you any of you enjoyed going back and watching the Donald Trump cameos in various movies?
Oh my God.
Some of them are great.
That I have not done.
Home Alone 2 is really good.
That's a bridge too far, Taibbi. All right, you guys. I'm going to go watch.
All right.
Any questions? Is he on TV now?
All right, Tom. Thanks for coming out.
Wait, Tom, who founded the University of Virginia?
Was it Alexander Hamilton?
I don't know. Someone asked. Sparky asked.
Come on. We all know the answer to that. It's Jefferson's University.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. He designed the buildings even. Come on.
It's canceled though.
Matt, love the part of hating where you met Thomas Frank.
What? Oh, yes. Yeah. No, Tom and I met
we met at the convention. Yeah, those were good times.
He gave me his Kansas-shaped business card.
And I believe I was a columnist for the Wall Street Journal, if you can imagine that at the time.
Were you really?
I was indeed. I was. Yes, I was.
Well, fun times though. Those were
they were, and I was writing good stuff, and I felt good about the world, and
it's all been kind of downhill from there.
I know. I'm gonna go drink some Harvey Wallbangers.
Excellent, Tom. Thanks for tuning out.
All right, bye.
All right, take care.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was great. That was good.
That was such a weird and boring debate.
Nobody won, did they?
No. I don't know. Is it really true we can't stream MSNBC Live? That is so annoying. I hate that.
Why would we want to?
Oh, it would be the best. It would be so much to hate watch that.
I guess so. I can't watch MSNBC now.
Why? What happened? You get triggered?
You ever see the movie The Thing?
No.
It's a John Carpenter movie. First of all, life is a John Carpenter movie now. But basically the plot is it's a bunch of people down in Antarctica, and they uncover this alien that has this like shape-shifting viral quality that it can like get into anybody's body, and you can't tell who's an alien and who isn't. And the only way you can determine who's been infected or not is to take samples of their blood and put it in a petri dish, right? And if you stick a heated piece of metal in the blood, the alien blood will freak out and like jump all over the room, whereas the human blood will just do nothing like it would in real life. Right. And like when I watch MSNBC now, every cell in my body like reacts like the alien. I just can't. I have this horrible physical reaction to the network. It's just it's so like irritating on every level now. But I'm sorry, that was a long-winded explanation.
No, it's good. I like it. Someone said in this chat that they totally get it when you were saying that.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah, get progressive independent Navajo presidential candidate Mark Charles on y'all's show. Mark Charles, who is Mark
y'all's? That's kind of contagious. All right, so do we have parting thoughts on this?
I don't know. What do you think?
I don't think
Sorry,
I don't think anybody won. They're going to say Kamala won, but
she didn't hand to him the way I kind of thought she could and would.
She kind of queened him a couple times. I'm talking, that whole thing.
Yeah,
like,
but
that was clearly a talking point.
Much. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's such an anti-Trump. He's kind of passive, and like even when he's trying to say something provocative, you can't even like focus on what he's saying.
Right.
Maybe that was intentional, but I don't know. That like all of his vice presidential debates, it was kind of a non-needle mover, I think.
But
right?
yeah, but it wasn't at all entertaining. Remember Joe Biden gave us malarkey?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
When he was debating Paul Ryan.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when I
can't believe Paul Ryan was the candidate. Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, he was whose? I can't remember. He was. Oh yeah. I was like, who is McCain's? Right. Of course. Speaking of Rick Wilson and Stephen Schmidt, right? Sarah Palin, right?
Right. Ugh. Anyway, so we don't know. I don't know who won, if anybody won.
The fly won, the real winner.
The fly was definitely the winner. I think that people are not. That was a moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a moment.
That was better than anybody checking their watch or Bernard Shaw murdering Kitty Dukakis on stage or.
Wait, what's that? That famous question. Yeah, of course, that famous question. Yeah. He's going to talk about the fly all day tomorrow. Flygate. Yeah, that's true.
Does anyone know how long the fly was on?
It's a good question. I was trying to check because someone texted me but it was at 10:19. Friend of the show.
There's like a million pictures of it, like super close-up pictures of the fly, and you can see it's like its thorax and its wings and everything, and it's pretty hilarious. Someone's got to capture that fly. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no. Phil props. That's fine. This is a padunkadunk. People got offended, but I like that. That's funny. Where y'all talked about making subversive comments about Katie. Seems like it wasn't well received. Well, I receive it well. I just didn't know that. I thought podunk meant like
small town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Biden wiped out Paul Ryan in 2012. He did. That's when it's amazing that was a time. Yeah. Yeah. With the malarkey thing.
I don't remember. Yeah. I'm getting old, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, that was
that was good, right?
That was good, right? It was good. So we thank all of you for coming and tuning in. We you know what? We didn't really play the drinking game all that much tonight because
they pay attention to.
They were so nondescript. That there wasn't all. So we'll do a better job next time. But I think it was still fun, right?
I think people had more fun with everyone thanked us for doing this.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you go. I'm gonna talk with the people a little bit.
All right.
That's funny though. Dave L writes just one thing. Paul Ryan is what happens when Gap models. Where did it go?
When Gap models what?
Start getting ideas about running for office.
That's pretty funny. I was one of my high school mates was a Calvin Klein model, believe it
Oh,
or not. Yeah, child actor. But I don't know why I'm telling that story. Anyway, all right.
I knew one of those too.
Yeah. Did the
My
fly have a
summer
white head?
camp.
No, it had a black head, I think. Anyway, look. All right, so I will see you.
All right.
Thank you all, and good night.
Yeah. Good night.
And I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Great.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye, Matt.
Bye.
All right. That was fun. I don't even think I look at all drunk. America sucks, but you got Neil Young, so I guess it's like always, you guys win. Viva la fly. I don't get it. Thank you, Brad. Yeah, smash that like button. Guys, like button. Like button. Glad I found this tonight. Night, Matt. Peace. Yeah, you guys should subscribe to this. Yeah, Neil Young's Canadian. Oh, you're talking Canadian? I know Bernie's Bird, also Fidel's. Well, it's probably not that good optics wise. What else? Oh, great. Thank you. Thanks for saying that. Thank you guys for doing this. Whoops. Where did that go? Where'd that go? So much more interesting than just debate. Thank you. We like to think so. Yeah, I need to study up on the Q stuff because I don't know about it. Oh, who are our next guests? Good question. Okay, so sure, I'll go on Joe Rogan's podcast. Yeah, it's okay. Thanks for subscribing. Better late than never. He kind of is an old Ken doll. Wait, I moved too quickly. Yeah, I was really buzzed last time, huh? I played hard. Hey, hi, thank you, Angelo, Ivan, Vera, Rueda. The next guests are Ken Klippenstein and Aaron Mate, who got moved. We moved them last week. Also, make sure that Harris seemed a lot like Tim Kaine in 2016, Endless Platitudes. Yeah, that's true. No, I think she had a little bit more like spunk to her. But she was but it didn't land. I find that with her often. She's like almost there. Oh, I'll say hi to my awesome dad. Yeah, I should get him to talk about Trump's health care again. Who moved my mate? Oh yeah, you'd appreciate Mark Charles' platform, Katie. Check out. I did. I just started following him too on Twitter. Yeah. Psychology of a voter. My dad's not really. He's a psychiatrist, so I mean, he's not as good as like. Sorry, I didn't mean that at all. That's not his focus. It's not psychology stuff at all. I mean, he's good, but he talks to patients, obviously, but his real focus is like psychopharmacology stuff. But I could talk to him about stuff around that and around like Trump. Yeah. Any other questions, comments, suggestions? I think that's it, right? Kamala's stance on decriminalizing marijuana shows she can change. Change is what matters. Well, this is an interesting question. Hold on. Kamala's stance on decriminalizing marijuana shows she can change. Change is what matters. My family's life was really affected because of my dad having a marijuana conviction. Voted Bernie, forgive. I think it's true that she'll move, but I also think it's not because of moral stuff. It's because of political pressure. So we need to make sure that we actually, not to sound naive, but that politicians feel the pressure, or else it's, they don't just become moral or righteous. But I'm sorry your family was affected, and I'm glad that, yeah. And I agree with you. Yeah. Oh, next guest for the show. So for my show, it's Ken Klippenstein and Aaron Mate and Steven Risen. Those are guests coming up. I'm not sure the exact order, but those three will be in the mix. Stephen Reisen of the Madness podcast. Let's see, hold on, let me just check something. Danny Haifong will be coming on to talk about China. And what else? Yeah, Stephen J. Reisner is going to be really good. The Madness podcast is really good. Here, I'll show it to you right here. This is him. Yeah, am I on meds? Yeah, where's my meds? Hold on, let me show you. Yeah. Aaron Mate, Ken Klippenstein, Danny Haifong. Well, who should I have debate Danny Haifong? I'm open to that. And then who else? Yeah. I have to have over the line, still the same cold. Yeah. Kind of. Oh, fuck. I forgot to say that one of the drinking rules was drink if Tupac comes up. And then finish your drink if Tupac comes up. No. Comes up. Shows up. Sorry. Oh, it's drink if Tupac comes up. And then double drink or finish your drink if Tupac shows up. Have Alex Jones on. Sure. That's so funny. Wait, what did you say? Gabor Mate is a doctor. I'd like your dad and Gabor on the show. Maybe. Maybe that'll happen. Okay. Seconding Gabor Mate again. Like a hologram, right? You see me? It's just a nervous tick when I see myself. Michael Hudson, yeah. All right, yeah, subscribe, guys. Like, subscribe, and yeah, I'm releasing some clips. I'll be doing more live streams. Oh, I'll be doing a live stream of the next debate with another guest. I'm not sure with whom. And also, okay, I'll bring Christian back on. Let's see. Oops. I'm a lefty, and I follow Q for like 9 months. If you want to know, okay, email me. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I will. I'll get Norman Finkelstein. Finkelstein is not quite as I mean, I will have him on, definitely. I've had him on my show, but he's not as time sensitive as like people, you know, because of the whole 2020 thing. All right, bye everyone. Thank you for saying I'm so appreciated. I will see you guys Sunday night. Don't forget, Sunday night. And then when's the next debate? I guess I'll have 2 streams the following week. Because there's the debate on Thursday. Yeah, so I'll book those. All righty. Subscribe. Also, feel free to support this endeavor on Patreon. Patreon.com/The Katie Halper Show. Patreon.com/The Katie Halper Show. Kelly asked how I did my hair. Got my hair like that. I didn't do anything to it. Oh, no, this, you know what? The last time when I washed it, that time I used this. I really should get sponsored. I use a hair blow dryer brush in one. It's very good because I don't know how to blow dry my hair. And that was because yeah. All right. Okay. Send me good media clips to make fun of and good tweets to make fun of, and I'll do that. All righty? Oh, you were kidding. Okay. Bye, everyone. And broadcast.